Hello, everyone, and welcome to Rosewater. This indie Wild Western adventure is set in Lamplight City, which I believe is one of the game developers, Ash Games' previous games. So I would like to thank Application Systems for sending me a copy so we can experience it ourselves. Now, I have been told that this game actually has choices that matter. So choices could affect our relationships with people and the outcome of the game. So it's about a 15-ish hour game, and if you would like to try it yourself and see what other consequences and outcomes you have versus mine, go do so. Let's support some more indie developers with amazing stories. And interestingly, let's see if we can pick them out, because I have been told that Roger Clark, who plays Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2, is in this as well as two other actors from The Walking Dead. So let's see if any of you can recognize their voices. Anyways, I'm stalling. I'm really excited. I want to see where our path takes us on this wild, wild adventure. And let's see what troubles we can get into.
Boarded the 743 from Pierre-Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. No baggage to speak of, in the literal or metaphorical sense. Just a little hope. And that doesn't take up much space. Much has been said about the Western frontier, the perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out there, usually to get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to become one of them myself. There's just one thing Rosewater's got that no place else has: an opportunity with my name on it. Thoughts in my head are running together like the landscape outside the window. Excitement and trepidation and boredom mixing like the scrub and rocks and soil into one long blur. One thing I know, I am ready for a change of scene.
Western Vespuccia, the town of Rosewater. 1850.
Huh. Quiet.
Howdy, ma'am. Allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes on behalf of the town of Rosewater and its inhabitants. Folks call me Jem, and who do I have the honor of greeting?
Harley Leger.
Delighted to make your acquaintance. Might I assist you with your luggage? That is, if you've got any.
I don't.
Ah, right. Well, what brings you to our fair town, Mrs. Leger?
Ooh, here are our first choices. I wonder if this affects anything. But I just wanted to say that intro, I got hit with I got hit with the hardest nostalgia there of me in the 90s watching all of these old adventure movies and westerns, because that opening with the music and everything, that was great. That captured that feeling of nostalgia for me. Anyways, why would I pass? Oh, I don't even know who this guy is, but I'm here for a job.
Miss. And I'm here about a job.
Planning on sticking around, huh? Say, what line of work are you in?
If you must know, I write. There's an opening at the Rosewater Post.
Well, best of luck with that. The editor at that place ain't somebody you want to cross.
Then we ought to get along fine.
I'm sure you will. But as official town greeter, allow me to offer a small caution. Rosewater ain't always such a sleepy little town.
Hey,
Hey!
Say, I've just remembered another engagement.
This how you welcome new arrivals? I have a mind to give you a thrashing.
Give him a thrashing.
All right, enough of that. Look, I was no choir girl.
No, slap him. Slap him. That guy was just distracting me. I never cried. But I never cried as much as you.
But I didn't start blubbering when things went south.
Oh, that's
Word
not
of
what I said.
advice, kid. Don't pick your mark in broad daylight, especially not at a lawman's doorstep. Go on, beat it, or I really will give you something to cry about. Now,
So comedy.
where in the ether is that damn publisher's office?
Walk, left click, double click to skip walking. Inventories, what? I, not one. Menu, show object, middle, hold O or middle button. Ooh. Does X mean no? I have a letter.
October 25th, 1850. Dear Miss Leger, thank you for submitting your sample. Your writing shows real potential. I'd like to extend an invitation to meet with me at the offices of the Rosewater Post and discuss the possibility of an extended commission. How soon can you arrive in town? I await your reply and look forward to making your acquaintance. Yours, Joan Gallagher.
Love her already. How do I get out of that? Okay.
So they do have the law here, in theory at least.
O is a weird button to press. The middle mouse button
End of
is
the
okay.
line. Until they connect it up from the coast, anyway.
I can go in here, but I'm not going to. So we're gonna go this way. Look at.
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles.
Oh, the blacksmith
Can't
is
be a good
closed.
sign when even the blacksmith goes out of business. No shoes for you, horsies.
Ooh, I can
Soft
search it.
drink crates.
Let's not do
A
that.
sugary, fizzy way to beat the heat.
The flies are kind of bothering me. It's nasty. Physician, let's not go there. Let's just go to our job. We have a job to do. We already nearly got mugged here. There it is, post.
This is the place.
I like the arrow facing up. Ooh, whoops, I accidentally skipped forward. Whoa! Well, look at my face like, whoa. Whoa. I ignore him. Are you alright?
Holy hell. Are you all right, mister?
He's not dead at least. Oh, I should absolutely go get the
Don't you
doctor.
move. I'll fetch the doctor to have a look at you.
I could just leave him there though. It's so funny.
Oh, hello there. Don't think I've seen you around before.
I've just arrived today, but this isn't the time for formalities. There's an emergency.
How can I be of service?
Some poor fool's just fallen out a window.
At the Rosewater Post?
Yes. How did you...
Sounds like Joni's in a mood again. Let's go.
Done with this.
Here he is, poor bastard.
Oh, dear.
Love the animation.
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm Dr. Sedgwick. I'm here to help you. Can you move your legs? Spine seems intact. No obvious fractures of the arms or legs. That, I would say, is nothing short of a miracle. Right. He's in a bad way, but he'll live. I'll get him back to my clinic and patch him up. You are truly a good Samaritan, Mrs.
Leger. Miss. And it was nothing. If you'll excuse me, I have an appointment to keep.
Of course. God bless.
Wait, my boss just threw this guy out the window, or he tried to escape? Either. That's
Hello.
concerning.
Can I help you with something?
I'm here about the writing commission.
Ah, yes. You must be Miss Leger. I believe you and Joni exchanged some correspondence on the matter already, yes?
Yep, got the letter right here.
May I see it, please?
Oh, the letter. Right, this thing. Select that. Give it to you.
Very good. Oh, one more thing. Joni's not one for formalities. First names will do.
Noted.
Go up those stairs and knock.
I'm gonna
Thanks.
call her by her
What's
last
your
name.
name?
Henry Dixon, ma'am. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
I want to look at stuff here, though. Oh.
Cozy.
Can I look through this?
That
I wanna open
cabinet's
them.
better organized than I'll ever be.
I want to rifle through
They seem to be
things.
pretty active around here. I hope that means steady work.
Oh, the old print.
Impressive piece of machinery.
This animation's so
Come in.
charming.
Hello, Joan. I'm Harley Leger.
Ah, yes. Nice to finally put a face to the name. Please take a load off. Whiskey?
Bit early for me, but thanks all the same.
Sensible. I like that. I, however, have had a morning, so if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Say, have we met before? Something about you seems familiar.
I don't believe so, no.
Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes, shall we? If you're going to join our little family here, I'd like to know more about you.
Keep my life story. I'll provide my biography, but I would like to know myself.
Me? Well, I was born and raised in New Britannia. Got out, made my way west, and started writing. I saw your ad while I was up in Pierre. Thought a change of scenery would do me good.
Well, admittedly, Rosewater isn't as cosmopolitan as it used to be, but maybe you'll find it to your liking.
There hasn't been a dull moment since I stepped off the train.
Speaking of, your writing sample had me in stitches. I haven't spent much time in Lamplight City myself, but your descriptions of the Toffs in Lyon, hilarious.
That piece was inspired by my last visit a few years ago, actually.
Oh? What brought that about?
Is she gonna get mad at me at some point? I'm worried about like this broken window here. And she has a cane up there. I'll just be truthful.
I had to go back and settle my late brother's affairs.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't in connection with that awful business at the Lamplight City Expo.
Oh, no, it was before that.
The Expo disaster was a national tragedy, of course. But you know, I can't help remembering it as the week our paper sold more copies than it has before or since. Isn't that terrible? But enough about that. Let's get back to why we're here. I loved your sample, and I like you as well, Harley. So I'm going to go ahead and offer you a commission. I'll pay you 45 crowns for it. After that, we can talk about more regular opportunities.
Is that a lot? Hot damn.
Hot damn. So, what's my assignment? A scathing commentary on Rosewater's decline? Or maybe a hard-hitting expose on the plight of the marginalized criminal youth?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I want you to interview Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
Who?
Pull the other one. You've been living under a rock. He's a true Western legend. The Achilles of our times. We've got a real opportunity here. A star like that landing in our little town. I'd like something in the vein of your sample. Acerbic and mordant. But maybe not quite so acerbic.
So, a puff piece.
Good, you're paying attention. I want you to make Rosewater look good too. Show me a real frontier hero in a real frontier town.
Where can I find this Jake fellow?
He's taking rooms at the Jack of Diamonds just down the road. And his show is opening today at the Opera House. So he should be around for an interview. I don't know how you're situated here, but you're welcome to use the typewriter in the office.
I only write longhand, but I'd certainly be grateful for a quiet place to work.
Longhand. How charming. Now, if you have any questions before you go, by all means, ask.
No, I would like to type noisily on the typewriter. Who was the man that went out your window?
So, who was the man that went out your window? Not another writer, I hope.
Oh, God, no. You're the only applicant we've had. Don't worry about him. Just a rabble-rouser with an axe to grind. Thought he could burst in here railing about my journalistic integrity. Most folks stick to writing letters to the editor. I tried to calm him down, but... well, it didn't go that way.
I see.
Can you tell me about Rosewater?
Any insight you can give me about the town?
It's a far cry from what it used to be. In a way, it's nice not having to hear the noise from the saloon at all hours, but... oh, I don't know. Folk who moved on took some of the charm with them.
Moved on? Tell me about the townspeople.
What about the folks who stayed behind?
What about him?
Can you tell me about them?
I was hoping for more details.
Far as you're concerned, the only person in Rosewater worth knowing right now is Jake Ackerman. If you're so keen to know about the rest, go meet him for yourself.
Fine, I will. I don't want to write about something else.
The Rosewater Post reported on the Lamplight City Expo?
It was only the biggest story that year. I still got copies of the article saved. Here, read it for yourself.
Oh god, that's a lot. Disaster at Lamplight City Expo. PM calls for etheric ban. Etheric ban? What's this? Prime Minister Harley Leger wasted no time in condemning the Lamplight City Expo disaster and called on Parliament to impose a ban on etheric research. Despite predictable opposition from the Atwood wing, MPs may be more receptive to Leroy's proposal in the wake of the disaster. A vote is expected to be called in the coming weeks. Supporters of Clark's research insisted that an isolated incident does not invalidate the potential benefits of etheric technology, but public opinion may be tipping in favor of the ban. Okay, what is this disaster? The Etheric Pavilion at the Global Exposition in New Britannia, Kingsland, was the site of a terrifying disaster that claimed 15 lives on Saturday. During a demonstration by etheric researcher Dr. Bennett Clark, a device known as an etheric generator malfunctioned and released a burst of energy into the audience, instantly vaporizing 14 attendees and one stage assistant. An eyewitness described the scene of the New Britannia for the New Britannia Gazette. The things started up with a great crackling noise, startled the ladies in attendance, and raised several cries of excitement. In the next instant, there was a blinding flash of light. After that was just screams and a horrible burning smell. From where I stood, I could see that a bunch of folk gathered to one side of the apparatus were just gone. All that was left were shoes and hats and things in a pile of ash, and the worst thing was their shadows were still there on the walls behind. That's terrifying. A controversial figure in the scientific community, Dr. Clark has championed novel theories on the existence of ethericity. Ethericity, yes, a supposedly inexhaustible source of energy located in the upper atmosphere. The Etheric Pavilion, an exhibit jointly sponsored by Kesling Industries, Harman and Grove, and Eastern Consolidated Coal, was intended to showcase the technology's potential before a global audience. Although public enthusiasm may be somewhat dampened following the events of last week, Dr. Clark has taken in for questioning by the authorities, but it remains to be seen whether he or any of his sponsors will be held legally responsible for the lives lost in the accident. My god, that is a long sentence. Glory mine to close. Gilroy. Sorry, this game is in 720p, so the writing is not as clear and it's smaller. Silas Gilroy announced on Friday that his Aura mine would cease operations at the end of the month. This marks the third major mine closure in the past year, in addition to many smaller claims that have been consolidated and sold cheaply or abandoned. Like every other prospector who hauled out here, I was hoping after early results were strong, but those deeper veins have failed to turn up, said Mr. Gilroy. It's all sparkle and no show. The mine's closure will deal yet another blow to Rosewater's fortunes, leaving over 40 men out of work. I will try to read these like a newscaster another time. 2 coppers for one newspaper, and it is Wednesday, or it was Wednesday, June 9th, 1847. It's now 1850.
Can I keep this?
Frame it if you like.
Will do.
I'm curious, how did the Rosewater Post get its start?
Well, my dad was a union man. He worked the printing press for the Allied Fall Creek Miners Cooperative. Pamphlets, labour news, that sort of thing. Then the mine owners brought the Blackburns in to bust the whole operation up. My dad was laid up for months and could never work again after. But we still had to eat, didn't we? I took all the equipment from the old shop and started printing up an early version of the Post just to bring a little money in. At first, it was all just community notices and advertisements from local stores. Over time, I got the hang of the whole journalism thing and turned it into a real newspaper.
I don't want to write about something else, so I'll be on my way.
Right you are. Wait a minute.
What?
It's just come to me. I know why you look familiar. You're Spitfire Harley.
Goodness. It's been a long time since anyone called me that.
I saw you fighting back in 26 at Wellesley Hall in the Chum. You took out a brute twice your size with a right hook. Pow!
Fighting?
It was like watching David bring down Goliath.
I appreciate the kind words, but that was another life.
Maybe so, but for a 14-year-old kid fresh off the boat, it was pretty damn inspirational.
Thanks, Joan. Appreciate it.
Of course. And please call me Joni.
All right, Joni. Wow, I am a strong woman. I don't want to talk to you again.
I hope fixing that
I may just leave it for a while.
Sorry.
I'm enjoying the breeze.
Okay, I'm
That's
curious
quite
about
a
the stick.
A memento from my grandfather back in County Donegal. Comes in handy now and again.
Is this the first edition of the Rosewater Post?
Yep, March 30th, 1845. One of the best days of my life.
You support Leroy?
I'm a proud Labourite, sure. I'll admit he hasn't been my favourite PM. But the way things were going with Atwood and the Traitus, this place would have been swallowed up by an automated newspaper conglomerate. Labour Party gets me vote any day of the week.
Fair enough.
Yikes.
The New Britannia Gazette. Keeping tabs on the competition?
Hardly. I kept that issue because they mentioned my paper.
Hey, that's Devil's Tooth. I passed it on the train right here.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
All right,
Nice
click on everything.
typewriter.
First, good old Sheldon Model 4.
What's this?
Fascinating device.
Isn't it just? To think, I can send messages from here to Bright Bay with the press of a lever.
What will
is that
they
a
think of
telegraph?
next?
It's cool.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there. Spitfire Harley, writing for my paper.
Small town. She recognized my
I doubt
face.
that just beat all.
I want to talk to this guy again.
Excuse me?
How can I be of assistance?
I have no idea. Who is the man that fell out the window?
Exactly who was that gentleman just took a tumble out your second-story window?
I haven't a clue. Devil of a fella. Just busted in here and went straight for Joni's office. He wouldn't be put off, but insisted on speaking with the editor immediately. Said he intended to lodge a complaint. Suppose Joni didn't take too kindly to his manner of lodging.
I'll leave you to your work.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
All right, let's go interview this Jake Ackerman. We have to find this opera place or whatever. Ooh.
Was
this
your
woman looks
meeting
interesting.
satisfactory, ma'am?
Quite so. Did you find any of those butterscotch sweets I asked for?
Afraid not. Only taffy and some peppermints.
Pity. This place seems to lack even the smallest of pleasures. Shall we?
Flies everywhere, though. It's so gross. They were like buzzing around this rich lady. Ooh, you can go in the saloon. What's through here? An undertaker? There's people. Can I talk to a random lady? No, I can't.
Wonder if the whiskey here is any better than the rot gut back in Pierre.
Oh, there's a guy that's wanted too.
Looks like it's been up for ages. Wonder if they ever caught the guy. Or maybe he retired from crime. Or died of old age.
Unlikely. Let's get in here and get a drink at, I don't know, it must be early in the morning. What's this?
Food delivery for the lazy.
Oh, it's a dumbwaiter. What's that one?
Warning, watch the dang door. Signed, management.
This guy looks like he wants to talk.
Excuse me, kid, I need to get upstairs.
I'm really sorry, miss, but Mr. Ackerman's not taking any more meetings right now.
Wait, what?
I'm here on behalf of the Rosewater Post.
Did you make an appointment?
No, I just got the assignment.
Okay. Look, Mr. Ackerman's upstairs getting ready for his show. It starts in less than an hour. Why don't you come by and watch? You can come meet him afterwards.
I just need to interview him for a newspaper article.
Well, now, that's perfect. If you're going to write about him, you should definitely see the show. Trust me, he's a real dazzler.
Suppose it beats waiting around here. The local populace getting sloshed. I bet that piano hasn't been tuned since the De Leon administration.
I want
She's
to
making
fix
the
that
best
piano.
of it, though.
You see that painting? This one? I would like to fix it. Fix it.
Scenes from the wild country.
No.
A night campfire, a wild horse, and a bear in the mountains. Sure would be something to see all that up close and personal. Except maybe the bear.
Or maybe I could go fix it. Could I play cards?
The local populace,
Nope, I can't.
someone's hunting.
Okay. Ah, can I
Gentleman
just go?
Jake's show will be starting at the theater soon. You won't want to miss a second of it.
Fine game. I don't know where the theater is, but maybe. Oh, is that it over there?
Business seems slow today.
That must be it. Gentleman's Jake, Wild West. 2 weeks only.
For 20 coppers, it'd better be one hell of a show.
I can't tell. I bet you that's a lot, though.
Never heard of this one. Betrayal, murder, revenge, classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life.
This is the guy that tried... Hey, you, sir. You tried to get my money.
You again?
Oh, hey, Harmony, was it?
Harley. What in the ether are you doing here?
Oh, you're not still sore about earlier.
You bet your scrawny ass I am.
Look, nothing personal. My brother and me are just doing our best to get by.
It's your brother. You just walk away?
Your brother? And you just strolled away? I ought to knock you into a cocked hat.
Hey, you gotta look out for number one.
You picked the wrong mark, but I can let that go. Hell, with a little effort, you two could be halfway decent grifters. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's disloyalty. That's your flesh and blood. If you don't have your own brothers back, who else on this wretched earth is going to give a flip if you're alive or dead?
You made your point. Now can we drop it already? I'm trying to do an actual legitimate job here.
Legitimate job? So you're not selling snake oil or stock tips or fire insurance?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm selling tickets to Gentleman Jake's legendary Wild West show. Only 20 coppers.
I'll take one of those tickets.
Swell! And when would you like to come see the show?
Whenever it starts?
Oh, you mean today? Oh, well, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you there. Sold the last of today's tickets not 10 minutes before you walked up.
Oh,
seriously?
Bullshit.
Seriously, this ain't exactly the Coliseum. It only fits so many, and folks around here are real excited to see Gentleman Jake in person.
All right, look. I don't need to see some yahoo firing off his pea shooter. I just want to talk to this Jake fellow.
And I'm sure Gentleman Jake would be happy to meet you if you had a ticket to get in. Course, I might be able to sneak you in quiet-like, but I'd be putting my job on the line. And I can't afford to lose it now. After all, I have my little brother to look after.
Oh my god, this
Just
guy.
tell me what you want.
Only a small favor.
Spit it out.
Just help me retrieve something. A small item of great personal value.
Money.
It's only my pa's pocket watch. Family heirloom, you see.
What happened to it?
It was stolen is what? By that one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson. Probably stashed it away in the old smithy. She's been squatting in there for weeks now.
I don't want to give him my money.
Where'd your brother get to? Keeping out of trouble?
Matter of fact, he's trying to make good after that screw-up earlier. Decided he's gonna try and get Pa's watch back all by himself.
Oh.
He's real tore up over losing it.
And you're letting him risk his neck again? He'll be collared in no time. Like as not, you'll never see him again.
Oh, I know. I tried talking sense into him, but he's dead set on it. Wants to prove himself. But he'll be in real hot water if he gets caught, which he probably will. That's why I'm asking you to do it before he goes and does something stupid. I can tell you could pull it off. No problem.
I'll do it, but only to get in. Yeah.
You and your brother can go hang for all I care. But I want in this theater, so I'll do it.
Swell. You know where to find me.
This guy. What's this?
This place
got
is
all
falling
sad.
apart, but these stone tiles were nice. Once.
I'll pick up one tile, and I'll use it to smack this guy with it. Alright, let's see if I can go sort his brother out. This damn pocket watch. I want to talk to these guys. They look like they're fighting. Alright, here we go. Ooh, what if it's in the puddle? I bet you I'm gonna have to cut those chains somehow, and I don't know how.
I hope that isn't the town water supply. Nothing inside but a colony of ants.
Well, that's useless.
Shame. I could go for a sarsaparilla.
What's a sarsaparilla?
This padlock's not going anywhere. Not without encouragement. Too bad I didn't bring my lockpicks. Or a hammer.
How do I get in then? I'm gonna have to go look around. Can I go inside the sheriff's office?
Howdy, stranger. Fresh off the train?
Yes, sir.
Come on in then. Let's have a chat. I'm Sheriff Gamble.
Harley Leger.
Pleasure. Just passing through, or?
I'm here about a job.
Well now, that's refreshing. Few come to Rosewater these days with the intent of staying long. How are you finding our town?
The welcoming committee leaves a lot to be desired.
Can't say much for the welcoming committee.
Beg pardon?
I wasn't in your town but 2 minutes when I was accosted by a pair of gutter snipes. They should thank their lucky stars I was in a good mood.
I keep telling Jim to stop with that town greeter malarkey, but that boy's got a head harder than granite. I've been too soft. I ought to throw him in lockup until he gets his head on straight.
Trust me, that'll only make things worse. Besides, I don't think they've yet written a statute outlawing vexatiousness.
You've a forgiving nature, Miss Leger. Anyhow, welcome to Rosewater. If you run into any more trouble, come and see me.
I do. I need a door to be opened. May I just borrow one of these?
Impressive collection.
I'm gonna...
Hey, Sheriff?
Borrow.
Yes, ma'am?
What's the story with these guns?
I thought ask about, like, may I borrow one?
Now these are standard issue repeaters. Pretty powerful rifles. Thankfully, I've yet to use one in the line of duty. Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of these.
Okay, but I need a tool, and that's a good tool. What's that?
What's in the bag?
Oh, that's a set of lockpicks I confiscated from a would-be burglar.
May I borrow?
A bag of lockpicks.
Okay.
I can't just swipe these from right under his nose.
Oh, I can ask
him.
Hey,
Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
God damn it.
Thanks for the...
Come back.
No, I need it.
Does this cell see much use?
Nah, not really. But that's fine by me. The less I have to clean out that pot, the better.
You should put more people in here.
Hey, Sheriff?
Yes, ma'am?
What's this photo of?
That's a view of Colchester, where I grew up. All things considered, I still do miss the place. It ain't exactly a metropolis, but it's got character. My folks still have a ranch there. Been meaning to pay 'em a visit.
The way they walk, the way I stand, this Harley Leger, she stands so awkwardly.
Those are some stern-looking ladies. Hey, Sheriff?
What's on your mind?
Who are the people in this photo?
Those are my sisters, Lord bless them. Reba married an oil man. I think they're living in some big mansion on the coast somewhere. Sadie died a few months after this picture was taken.
A bag of lockpicks. Tempting.
Mary was always my favorite.
He'll notice they're missing.
Oh. He will.
Reminder, looks like a pretty rough sort. This fellow still at large?
Yep, but I reckon he's left the province.
Do I have to, like, Indiana Jones it and, like, switch them out?
A lawman with a license? Guess Rosewater isn't so Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
Were you aware that a man was thrown from the window at the Rosewater Post?
Is that right? Who was it?
Never saw him before. Looked New Spanish.
Is he alive?
Yes, he's in Doc Sedgwick's care.
Well, that's good. Sounds like I need to have words with Joni, though.
Just how long have you been the sheriff here, anyway?
Oh, a couple years now. Like most everyone else, I came to Rosewater in '48 when we thought the hills were full of aurum. Except I stayed when it turned out they weren't.
You were a prospector?
Yep. But it turns out lawman was a more stable career.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come
Wait, I'm
back
gonna make him go back
anytime.
to the photo. I don't have anything in my bag, though.
This thing's heavier than it looks.
Could I put that in there? That's heavier than a
Sheriff?
lockpick, though.
Ma'am,
Could you tell me about the ladies in this photo again?
those are my sisters. Mary was always my favorite. The trouble we used to get into when we was kids.
He'll notice they're missing.
Reba
wait.
married an oil man. I think they're living in some big mansion on the coast somewhere.
Ah, damn it. What the hell? Select.
Sheriff Gamble will definitely notice if I swap this for the bag.
Beulah's a
Oh.
real firebrand. She'd smack you across the face soon as look at you. She did to me plenty.
I have to switch something. God damn it. I need to switch it with something. What will feel like keys?
What a peculiar decoration. Hey, Sheriff,
Yes, ma'am?
why have you got a horseshoe hanging above the door?
Ah, glad you asked. My grandpappy told me a story about a blacksmith who was visited by the devil. The devil asked the smith to make him a horseshoe for his own hoofed feet, you see. So the blacksmith took a red-hot horseshoe and nailed it straight onto one of his hooves. The devil howled out in pain. He begged the blacksmith to take it off again. The smith agreed, but on one condition. The devil must always respect the horseshoe and never enter any place where one is hung above the door. Hell of a story, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, cool story. Okay, now I have to find something to put inside that lockpick thing. Tiles are too heavy. The paper is not going to feel like anything. I need something that feels like a key. I already searched through here. Maybe in the physicians.
Hello again, Miss Leger. I'm pleased to say your friend should make a full recovery.
He's not my friend. He just fell out the window and almost crushed me.
I see. Well, it was good of you to come get me. Plenty of folks around here would have turned a blind eye. I realize in all the commotion we weren't properly introduced. I'm Dr. Sedgwick.
Guess the sign wasn't lying then. I'm Harley.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise. Mind if I have a look around?
Not at all.
Ooh, he doesn't mind. What's this?
That's impressively clean.
Cleanliness is next to godliness, as they say, and good health starts with good hygiene.
He doesn't look half bad, all things considered.
No, he was lucky. Once I'm done here and the laudanum wears off, he should be right as rain.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I wouldn't try talking to him just now, Miss Leger. I gave him a mild narcotic to numb the pain. He'll be out of sorts for a while.
He'll be high for a while.
Quite a variety of potions and tonics you've got here, Doc.
It's only a small part of the bounteous pharmacopoeia that nature might make available to us, if only we knew her secrets. There is so much to be discovered.
I imagine you get your hands pretty dirty in this line of work?
It's for cleansing before, not after. I am a follower of the modern European theories,
Good on you.
positing that disease follows from the propagation of tiny animalcules living on the surface of the skin. Thorough washing with soap and water is said to eradicate them.
Drown the little bastards, huh?
Something like that.
Medical College of Wicks? Never heard of it.
It's in central Rotterdam. Not quite the University of New Britannia, but then what is?
Well, that's just disgusting.
Not disgusting, it's fascinating, awe-inspiring.
To each his own.
That's inside our body. Ooh, what's this?
What's in the pouch?
Oh, just some supplies for house calls and emergencies.
I'm gonna take it.
Hey, Doc, is that mess of noodles really what our insides look like?
Indeed, Miss Leger. The human body truly is a marvel.
I suppose that's one word for it.
Oh, that looks identical. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna talk to him so it doesn't sound super suspicious that I came in
Hey,
here to
Doc?
that and
Miss
left.
Leger.
How's business?
So, how's the medicine business?
What a
Awkward.
question. I'm a physician, Miss Leger, not some two-bit snake oil salesman.
Didn't mean to imply you were.
I'm sure. At any rate, I've not had many patients of late. This poor soul is the only one this week. But that is the physician's dilemma, is it not? We are taught that idleness is a sin. But better that I am idle and the townsfolk healthy than my surgery be full of the ill and infirm.
All right. be
I'll
on
see
my
you later,
way.
Doc.
Do take care of yourself.
We got stuff to do. Okay, let's see if this pouch can be switched out for the sheriff's one of the keys, and then he'll be like, what? I confiscated drugs? Even worse.
Welcome back, Miss Leger.
Yeah. Tell me about your sisters again. Oh, wait. damn
Those
it.
are... Hey, Sheriff, could you...
Yep. Go. Go over there. I need to do something. Don't worry about it. I know I've asked about your sisters like 3
Sadie
times.
died a few months after this picture was taken. I'm grateful to have
He'll notice they're missing.
Reba
damn it.
married an oil man. I think they're living in some big mansion on the coast somewhere.
Damn it. Bloop.
Got him.
Not suspicious at all. I was just standing here awkwardly, stiff as a board. Okay, now I make small talk with you, so you don't notice
Hey,
that
Sheriff?
I just swapped those
What
out.
can I do you for?
Aw.
A man in your position must have plenty to say about the town he serves.
Suppose that's true. But a stroll down Main will tell you most everything you need
Oh
to
my
know.
god, that ringing.
Can you tell me about Joan Gallagher?
Whew, I've yet to meet anyone with a more fiery temper. My advice is to stay on Joni's good side. You don't want to end up going out the window like that poor bastard.
Is Doc Sedgwick on the up and up, or is he one of those frontier quacks?
Oh no, Doc Sedgwick's tried and true. Well, he saved the town from a yellow fever epidemic just last year. The Doc's pretty much the glue holding this town together. Leastways, that's what he's fond of telling everybody.
What's the story with Gentleman Jake?
Which one? If even half of them are true, he's a lion among men, a real Western hero. But you can catch his show while he's in town and hear it straight from the source.
Are you acquainted with Lola Johnson?
Not really. She mostly keeps to herself. As long as she don't cause trouble, I'm willing to overlook the squatting.
Oh, is that who's in the blacksmith?
I saw a lady coming out of the saloon earlier. She was older, fancy looking, sounded old country. Any idea who that is?
Can't say it rings any bells. Wonder what someone like that'd be doing in Rosewater.
Anything of interest in the surrounding area?
Not really. The San Bernardo Valley don't offer much in the way of sightseeing. There's an army fort, Fort Beaumont, and an abandoned relic that used to be a laboratory. There's also an Indian village on the other side of the valley. But you'll want to steer clear. I've heard tell they can be real territorial.
Ooh, let's
But
go there.
all that's outside my jurisdiction. When you leave my town, you're taking your chances out there.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
I should exhaust dialogue with every single person. I just don't like to do it too early. I want to get like some stuff done, or else too much exposition like loses me. So we got to know the sheriff because it seems normal, like, you know, get to know the sheriff when you first arrive in town. Everyone else I'll just figure them out
Not the
later.
best quality lockpicks, but they'll do in a pinch.
Do I know how to use one of these? It takes skill. Oh, crap. I can't press I. I have to use escape.
This should be easy to pick. Just have to remember that rhyme I taught Bill. Good thing I wrote it down in my journal.
You wrote it down? Where's your journal? You don't have a journal. This one?
A diamond pick. This one's good for simple door locks.
Okay, is this a simple lock?
A snake pick. Best type for getting the job done quickly.
I would like to get it done quickly.
A hook pick. Good for locks with smaller pins. The tension key. Don't pick locks without it.
Okay, let's do this one. We select this one. Oh wait, do I have to get this one too? Select and then use it? Oh yeah.
I should have this open in no time. It's just like the rhyme. Learned it by heart as a tyke and scribbled it down for posterity.
Mm-hmm. And how does it go?
I should have this open and learned it by heart as a tyke and scribbled it down for...
Okay, we're missing something here. Where is your journal? Where are you staying? I don't have bags. Am I staying somewhere? Am I staying here? Am I staying in the saloon? Where am I staying? She keeps saying that I wrote it down.
October 20. I'd like...
No, that's not.
This?
No. I don't think I'm staying here. Am I? I didn't come with any bags. Maybe I left my bag there. Eh? No bags. Great. Do I have a journal
Good
here?
to see.
Yeah. I don't have a journal here. Well, we can just mess around with it. Tell me the rhyme, lady. Why wouldn't you tell me the rhyme? I'm gonna break this lock. I need this thing. And then let's try this one.
I should have this learned it by heart as a tyke and...
Okay, if you learned it by heart, you should be able to tell me. Making different
snake
sounds.
pick.
Let's see if I can figure out the sounds. Oh, they all make... When they turn left, they make that sound. When they turn right, they make that sound. Wiggle, wiggle more. Don't stop wiggling it. This, I don't know if there's is there a method to this? What?
Hellfire, am I losing my touch? Good thing I wrote down the rhyme in my journal before I lost all my wits.
Where's my journal?
Confound this luck. If I can't pick it, I should just break the...
No, I want to know how do I journal? Oh my god. Ugh. Worded lock, no key. Okay, we've got number 2. Padlocks. Wiggle the key to start the fun, then take the snake for a long, long run. Why long, long? Left, left, right. Left, left, right. Snake, left, left, right. Oops, wrong button. They could have told me my journal was up there. Select, wiggle. What's this one?
A hook pick.
Hook.
A snake.
Snake. Take the snake for a long, long, long run.
Hot damn!
Hot damn!
That could be a good spot to stash something.
What are we looking for again?
Emptier than that fool Jem's head.
We're looking for something.
The smithy's cold furnace. No watch, just old ash.
Oh, watch, that's right. Wait, what else do I have in here? Locks. Oh! Aboard the WV Express, boarded the 743 from Pierre-Lorraine for Rosewater, Western Vespuccia. No baggage to speak of in the literal or metaphorical sense. I don't own a thing worth weighing myself down with, just a little hope. And that doesn't take take up much space. Much has been said about the Western frontier, the perilous wilderness, the lawless towns, and the tough, hardened folk who make their way out there, usually to get away from something worse. I suppose I'm about to become one of them myself. There's just one thing Rosewater's got that no place else has. An opportunity with my name on it. This is what she said earlier, right? Yeah. I'm in no great hurry. Yeah, this is what she said earlier. I have 20 crowns. So I do have money. Dusty streets. These are my thoughts? Oh my gosh, wait, I'll go through this later. Oh my gosh, this is exactly everything that happened. Cool. What else do I have here? Oh, that's my bag.
Maybe the kid's watch is in there.
Maybe.
Well now, what have we here?
Is it the watch?
Got what I came for. Best not to stick around.
No, let's stick around. I want to look more. No! Aww. Fine, but I wanted to go back. No.
I'm not really in the mood to tempt fate.
How dare you? I want to explore. Alright, let's give this bloody watch.
Hey, kid.
Yeah?
Here's your watch back.
No fooling. You actually got it?
They didn't used to call me Housebreaker Harley for nothing.
Don't tell people
I'm
I did
impressed.
crime.
Anyways, that's my part of the bargain held up. You gonna let me in now?
Sure, go on. Oh, and thanks. I know we've had our tiffs, but I really do appreciate you getting this for me. My dear departed pa can rest easy again knowing his watch is back where it belongs.
Yeah.
That's not your watch at all, is it?
Well, it is now.
Kid, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce. Otherwise, the only way you'll be able to tell the time on that thing is by squatting over a mirror. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, are you ready for some thrills?
Yeah!
Are you ready for some excitement?
Hell yeah!
Are you ready for some fun?
Hot damn! Oh, wait, cheer.
Yeah!
Without further ado, now present the star of our show, the last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown. The only man to defeat Bastard Billy Boakes in a duel. The man who discovered a gentleman, then gifted it to an orphanage. Gentleman Jake Ackerman!
much. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. We got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Luo. Now let's get this show on the road. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you rope a steer. Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
Oh my gosh.
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought somebody so prepared. Jake drew his gun. And bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The legendary foe lay dead, defeated, in the mud.
Clap, clap, clap. That only got a clap out of me, not a cheer.
And now for a most challenging proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which a man can set his sights. You see those 5 juggling balls that Charlie keeps whirling aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and gentlemen, fix your eyes on that green ball in particular, and do not dare blink.
Okay, I'm staring, I'm
For with
staring.
but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air.
Oh, this is wild. I'm impressed with the juggling already. Whoa.
Yeah, amazing.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank you all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
And you can take home a piece of the legend. Come on down to the Check of Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Awesome, my first night in town and I get a cool show. Hell yeah, that must have been really cool. I like the animatronic horse. I look real upset about that show. I guess I could have broken the lock with a tile. I knew that, but I didn't want to.
Jake, I need that money tonight.
You knew the deal going in, Charlie. There's nothing I can do about it.
We'll see about that.
Hope I'm not interrupting, gentlemen.
My friend here was just saying his farewells. Weren't you, Charlie? Please do pardon that unpleasant display. What can I do for you, my dear?
Name's Harley Leger. I'd like to interview you for the Rosewater Post.
Well, shucks, it would be my pleasure, Miss Leger. Shall we go upstairs to my room? Beats standing out here in the dust.
Lead on.
Miss Leger, permit me to introduce my associate, Danny Luo.
We've met, actually. Not formally, I suppose. Nice to properly make your acquaintance, Miss Leger.
Likewise, Mr. Luo.
Please, you can call me Danny. Everybody does.
So what did you think of the show? Pretty spectacular, huh?
It was awesome. It was amazing.
Spectacular. It was amazing.
Well, shucks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Shall we proceed with the interview?
Right.
Tell me about your real story. Wait, what? Why bring your show to Rosewater first?
How did you come to pick Rosewater as your latest venue?
Simple. Plenty of folk in this town are looking for a good show. I ain't so hoity-toity as to think El Precidio or Los Virgenes are the only places worth visiting. After spending all day bent double over a pan in a creek or working his keister off down in a mine, a man is entitled to some amusement, wouldn't you say?
You're clearly a man of great deeds. Which would you say has been your greatest?
I value all my accomplishments equally, Miss Leger. To single any one out would diminish the others.
Oh, what a
I couldn't
non-answer.
bring myself to do that.
What a noble sentiment.
I like to think so.
Sure.
Is there anything that frightens the mighty Gentleman Jake?
You know, somebody once told me, fear is only as deep as the mind allows. When you deal with the type of folks out on the frontier that I do, marauders, bandits, desperados, your fears have got to be shallow. Otherwise, you won't last 2 seconds.
I'll ask him that later.
What's something nobody knows about you? Give me something juicy.
I'm something of an open book, Miss Leger. Keeping secrets ain't really my modus operandi.
Come on, everyone's got secrets.
Oh, I think you'll find I'm not like most folk.
Hey, Jake, don't you have an appointment with Miss Sally this evening?
Damn, you're right.
Hey,
Sorry
hey,
to
hey.
cut things short, Miss Leger. I've got another engagement I need to prepare for.
I should have plenty for my article. I appreciate your time.
Well, I look forward to reading your story in the next edition. Danny, see the lady out, would you?
What? That was the most non-answer.
Good meeting you, Danny. Guess I'll see you around. Not to worry, gents. Jake's all yours. Hey, you were in the show. Nice juggling.
Thank you, ma'am.
They look ready to fight.
Jake, get your ass out here right now, you four-flusher.
Yeah, stand around and wait.
Now, what's
There's gonna
all
be
the
drama.
ruckus?
Don't play the fool with me, Ackerman. You know damn well why I'm here. You might think you can give me the runaround, but I wonder if my friends here won't convince you to pay up.
Charlie. Didn't anybody ever tell you only cowards get others to solve their problems for them?
You slum-guzzling bastard. I'm gonna fix that wobbling jaw of yours.
Come on up here, then.
You sure you won't reconsider, Charlie?
Shut the hell up and get out of my way. McGuire, take care of the kid.
What do you mean, take care of the kid? I'm gonna watch a fight? Shootout?
Let's dance, cowboy.
Oh! Oh, wait,
I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady.
No, I'm good at this. I'm good at this,
Where I'm
apparently.
standing, it's pretty damn ugly already.
Oh!
Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh? Fine. I'll let the boss deal with you when he's done.
No, I can fight, right? Punch. Fine, knockout.
Hey! Don't start any trouble, lady.
Press button. Don't have anything I can
Give him
use
a
to.
new face.
You're
I thought
in
I was
my
a good
way,
fighter.
you lummox.
And that's where I'm staying.
Okay, fine. I'll take this bottle.
Hey! Don't start any trouble, lady.
Boink.
Whoopsie daisy.
All right, let's take that and then use it on this guy's head. Boink.
Hey, nice one.
Not
Hell
the most
yeah.
honorable way of winning a fight, but these boys were hardly playing fair.
Hey, Charlie, looks like your guys weren't as tough as you hoped.
Boom.
Whoo-wee! That got the old blood pumping.
You've got some interesting associates, Mr. Ackerman. If you'll excuse me, I have an article to write.
Hang on just a minute. I'd be a fool to just let you walk away after that performance. Come on back up here. I've got a business proposition that may interest you.
What about Miss Sally?
Oh, she can wait. All right, Miss Leger, I won't beat around the bush. Danny and I are looking to get some folks together for a job, and I think you'd make a damn fine addition to the team.
What sort of job?
Ever hear of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Can't say I have.
No, I don't think I have.
He was the lead scientist researching that ethericity stuff. Before the ban, that is. Dr. Clark moved out here not long after the big disaster back in Lamplight City. He kept up his research, even did some demonstrations at the Opera House. Till one day, he just up and vanished. Nobody's seen hide nor hair of him in nearly a year.
So is he dead or what?
That's the thing. Nobody knows. But the real question is what he left behind. We're going in search of Dr. Clark's fortune.
Come again?
The feller was loaded. Somehow he managed to talk a bunch of big money investors from back east into financing his research. All those gizmos and doodads don't come cheap, you know? We find his stash, we'll all be rolling in it for years to come.
Stash? What stash? Surely it's all just numbers on a ledger somewhere.
Nope. I'm telling you, he kept his assets in cold, hard cash.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that. Picture this, a swashbuckling pirate captain, his vessel freighted with treasure. The vast fleets of law and order circling it, closing in. He digs a hole in the sands of some sun-kissed tropical beach to conceal his ill-gotten loot and makes himself scarce. Circumstance conspires to deprive him of the opportunity to return. Now, is the brave treasure hunter who seeks and unearths the bounty guilty of robbery? Or is he just returning to the world what would otherwise lie forgotten and worthless? See, we're not after Clark's personal wealth. The money in question was meant to bankroll his etheric research. Since that's been outlawed, he can't touch it. And it's a drop in the ocean for the investors. They'll never miss it.
How many folks are you planning on bringing into this?
That depends on what we find. But I promise you, we'll all get a fair split. Enough to make it all worthwhile.
What's your plan?
Clark had a lab nearby, a couple miles outside of town. Last place anybody saw him. We poke around there, retrace his steps, and it should lead us straight to the loot.
Uh-huh.
Now, call me crazy, but I get the impression you're not entirely convinced.
I'm not. Frankly, I don't trust you. Oh no, I'm completely convinced. Yeah, let's go with sarcasm.
Why on earth would you think that? Couple of folks I don't know from Adam asked me to help them hunt for some money that probably doesn't even exist. How could I not be convinced?
I admit we're asking you to put a lot of faith in us. Hell, I'd probably be just as incredulous were I in your position.
Mr. Ackerman's a good man, Miss Leger. He's never led me astray in all the time I've known him.
I appreciate it, Danny, but I think Miss Leger's gonna need a little more than just your word.
Show me proof.
Look, I've known quite a few moneyed folk in my time. They all got one thing in common. You know what that is?
Money.
They like buying things and showing off?
Quite the contrary. If you don't hold on to your money, you can't stay rich.
So what do they have in common?
They're good at keeping their money safe. Clark's cash is out there. I just know it. As far as your safety, you just took out a couple of brutes twice our size. It's plain to see you can take care of yourself.
I'm pretty good with my pistols, and Mr. Ackerman can talk his way out of anything. But we could use somebody who's good in the fights.
Besides, stick around old Jake
I was
long
barely
enough
good in
to have
that
enough
fight.
material to write a whole book. Forget a measly little write-up in the local rag. I'm offering you a front row seat to a much better show. So, what do you say?
That does sound exciting. This will make for a good story.
All right, Mr. Ackerman. I'm in. At the very least, this venture should make for an interesting tale.
I'm pleased to hear you say that.
You won't regret this, Miss Leger.
We'll set out for the lab at daybreak. And please, call me Jake.
To adventure. How exciting.
Dr. Clark's laboratory is a short hike from Rosewater. After getting run out of Lamplight City, this is where he went to ground. A secluded desert facility where he could get up to who knows what. Jake, Danny, and I head there at first light to see what secrets he left behind.
Quite a sight, ain't it?
I'll say. What the hell was Clark doing out here?
That's a question for minds greater than ours, Miss Leger.
Diary updated. Well, we might as well go in there. They're gonna wait for me.
Now there's something you don't see every day.
You can say that again.
Now there's something you don't see every day.
What a literal turn of mind you have.
That's so cool. It reacted to me doing it again. Okay, that's funny. Say that again. I like it when games do that.
Guess it shouldn't come as a surprise that the front door is not wide open for us.
I've got lock picks, don't worry about it.
That's a serious-looking lock.
Way too complicated for these lockpicks.
Oh.
So, how are we supposed to get in?
Dynamite?
Some dynamite, maybe?
Now that's not a bad idea. My old pal Captain Stokes is stationed nearby at Fort Beaumont. He owes me a favor, or two.
Maybe he could give us some high-powered equipment to get inside.
You read my mind, Danny boy. Wouldn't do any harm to take a look around out here first, though.
Agree. If there's like a key in here, I'd laugh.
Must take ages for any correspondence to get out here.
Probably beats having to hike into town, though.
Ah.
Looks like Clark missed his last mail delivery.
Let's read it.
Seems to be from another scientist.
February 12th, 1850. Dr. Clark, I hope this letter finds you well. Upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban our leaders have seen fit to impose, my thoughts went to you and your thankless labors in the wilderness. When they hounded you out after the expo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Leroy's cronies sabotaged your display to discredit you, you were undaunted. After enduring such a trying year, I know how much building that lab out there meant to you. The turning point in your fortunes, or so it seemed. Yet I am sure you will persevere once more. One day when rationality again prevails in the halls of government and this silly thing is lifted, I hope to take you up on your offer of a tour. If you've returned to the bosom of civilization by then, all the better. With warm regards, Dr. Roderick Nethersoul. P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and door mechanisms still baffles me. Mine is destined for the scrapyard.
Dr. Clark really liked his sarsaparilla. There must be at least 30 empty bottles in these crates.
I once drank 10 bottles of sarsaparilla for a bet.
Did you win?
Well,
Sarsaparilla.
yes, and no.
Can I have some of these?
Doing some tidying, are we?
We might find some use for these. Come help me. I can't carry them all myself.
Hey, I ain't gonna start belly aching if you want to go around collecting refuse. Might fetch us a few shillings if we sell them back at the Jack of Diamonds.
There you go. And some for you.
Thanks.
They're like, thanks for the trash.
The good doctor was pretty self-sufficient out here. Wonder if Dr. Clark boarded these up himself. Locked up.
Whoever closed this place up really didn't want anybody getting in.
Hey, Danny?
Ma'am?
Got any of your own ideas on how we might get into the lab?
Well, I think Jake has the right idea. We should ask for help at the fort.
Fine.
We should...
Is there anywhere I can go?
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Have you had any...
Not a... I believe asking...
Okay, fine.
Enough,
We'll go to the fort then. Jeez. Who's this?
What are you doing? This is no place for sightseers.
And just who in the ether are you?
Such disrespect. You toy with forces you do not understand.
The lady asked you a question, sir.
Heed my warning. Stay away from this place. Its mysteries are not for you.
Hey, wait!
So mysterious. Heed my warning, and just like runs off.
You forgot your... hat?
What was that all about?
Good question.
Which way's the fort? This way?
No sign of that odd bearded fellow. I wonder where he scampered off to.
I reckon we got ourselves bigger fish to fry right now, Miss Leger.
Oh, but I wanted to see this guy. Okay, fort. That looks like a fort.
Hey, look, a show.
What a racket.
She's pretty good, though.
Híjole! Excuse me? I said, excuse me. Hey!
They're probably deaf by now.
Caramba, you made me miss. What do you want?
Who are you, and what are you doing out here?
I am Marisol de la Vega, Lieutenant General of the Constitutional Army of New Spain. My compadre is Corporal Eugenio Garcia.
Pleasure. I'm Harley Leger, and these are my associates Jake Ackerman and Danny Luo.
Good to meet you. In answer to your second question, Eugenio and I are practicing our shooting while we wait for our jefe to conclude his business.
Who did you say you were waiting for?
Our leader, General Filomeno Marquez. Surely you've heard of him.
Nope.
Afraid not.
Híjole, it really is true. Vespuccians don't pay attention to anything unless it happens right in front of their faces. You do not know of the new Spanish Revolution?
Should I?
Ugh.
It literally just got
What
here.
about this revolution, then?
I do not have the time or the desire to explain the particulars of our struggle to you. Pick up a non-imperialist periodical if you can find one, and you might learn something.
Oh, I was just asking. Jeez.
Do you know anything about the laboratory just over yonder?
That abandoned wreck is a laboratory?
It was at some point.
Clearly, you know more about it than I do.
That's all for now. Happy shooting.
Thanks, gringa.
Oh. Can I join the shooting
Best
thing?
not to disturb her unless I've got something to say.
Oh.
Best not to disturb her.
I was talking to Boy. Okay.
Can we talk?
What's on your mind?
Any idea who that odd fellow with the beard was?
Not a clue. Sure seemed a few cows short of a herd, didn't he?
I'll say. Let's hope he doesn't cause us any trouble.
He's gonna be our best friend soon.
Enough jabber.
Ooh, what's this?
Nobody in sight, but I'm sure there are guards somewhere. Hey, anybody in there?
What is it?
We'd like to come in, please.
More unannounced visitors? Must be my lucky day. What country exiled you?
None. We just want to speak with Captain Stokes.
Afraid he's indisposed.
Why don't you tell Stokes that Jake Ackerman needs a word?
Gentleman Jake?
At your service.
We're not in the market for entertainment. It's like I said. Oh, dad blasted. Would you knock it off with the shooting already? I can't hear myself think!
You call yourself a soldier when the sound of gunfire sets you quivering like a coward? Pathetic.
She's so unlikable. Jeez, woman.
Look, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I wouldn't be asking to see Captain Stokes if it wasn't important.
I opened the gate for the last person who said that to me today. And what did I get as a reward? His 2 cronies raising hell for the past hour. No, ma'am, not again.
Would you happen to know anything about the lab just over that way?
No, and quite frankly, I don't care to.
What do you all get up to in this place?
I'm really not at liberty to say, ma'am.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
Can I just open it?
Sturdy.
Caramba!
No handles.
Come on. Can I talk to you? Oh.
You again. What is it now?
Say, do you think you could practice your shooting somewhere else?
Why?
The fort guard isn't happy about the noise.
Well, then maybe he should choose another profession.
It's just being nice. I bet I could beat you at shooting.
You're
Yeah, why
pretty
not?
good, but I bet I can beat you at shooting.
I am the best shot in New Spain.
Care to prove it?
Gladly. But a large stationary target such as this is not suitable for a contest. If you wish to challenge me, find some moving targets.
Can we use these bottles as targets?
Indeed, we can.
No, those
Very
are my
well.
bottles.
Prepare to be humiliated.
Say, Jake, could you give us a hand?
My pleasure.
Wait, my bottles? But they're mine.
How many bottles are there?
About 30.
Then we will each shoot at 5. Whoever breaks the most wins.
Sounds fair.
I am feeling generous this morning. Would you like the opportunity to practice first?
Sure. Yes, I would.
Yes, actually.
Very well.
Ready with those bottles, Jake?
Yep, get ready. Set. Bottle in the air.
Where's it going? Oh, God.
I'll get the next one.
Incoming.
Damn it.
Oh, my God.
Incoming.
You missed.
Incoming.
You missed.
What the hell?
Here we go.
I'll get the next one.
If that... All right.
Ready, set, bottle in the air.
I'll get the next one.
Here we go.
Nice shot.
Oh, my God.
Incoming.
Hot damn.
Incoming.
Nice shot.
Bottle in the air.
My turn.
Here we go.
Damn.
Bottle in the air.
Haha.
Take that.
Bottle in the air.
Dale.
Here we go.
Uh-oh.
Take that.
Incoming.
Where's there just one shot? I'm doing like 3 shots.
What? You beat
I beat
me?
you. Yeah, I did.
Don't believe this. Beaten by a... pinche gringa pendeja. Eugenio, vámonos de aquí.
Oh, she's like a sore loser. That
Nothing
makes me
worse
feel
than a
even
sore
better.
loser.
That was some great shooting, Miss Leger.
Thank you. Damn right
Tell
it was.
me something I don't know.
I knew bringing her along was a wise move.
Hey, can I get in now? Oh. Ooh, I can look at this. Look at
Tinfoil. Why was that man wearing it as a hat?
conspiracy wear.
This isn't really my style.
I think it's great. Keep it. Aww.
Hey, guard.
What is it?
Sure is a nice, peaceful morning, isn't it?
What happened to those cacophonous varmints?
They took their business elsewhere. Now, would you be so kind as to let us in?
So long as you promise to keep it down.
Deal.
Yeah. Who's gonna help us, though? This captain? This captain.
Well now, what have we here?
I appreciate your hospitality, Captain, but I must admit I am perplexed by the change in your position.
It's not my position, General Marquez. It's the position of the government of the Commonwealth of Vespuccia. I have some discretion in the execution of my orders, but I'm sure you can appreciate that there's a chain of command.
I am, of course, most grateful for the aid you have rendered in the past. I am sure that your recommendations carry weight with your superiors. If you would be willing to lend your influence in support of our cause.
Perhaps we can speak of this at another time, Mr. Marquez. As I said, I have other concerns to deal with.
Of course. I look forward to our next meeting.
Captain Stokes, you're a difficult man to see.
Ackerman, how the hell are you?
Leave this to me. I'll have Stokes eaten from the palm of my hand.
Good day, Captain. Madam? Just a moment. I have seen you before.
I'm surprised you saw much of anything after that tumble you had.
Of course. The newspaper office. I owe you my thanks.
Happy to help.
What's your name, anyway?
Harley Leger. This is Danny Luo, and over there is Jake Ackerman.
Sir? I am General Filomeno Marquez. Though Filomeno seems to be difficult for you Vespuccians, so you may call me Phil.
Phil it is. Good to meet you.
And you? What brings you to the fort?
We're looking for help getting into the abandoned lab back there.
And why might that old ruin interest you, eh?
We're looking for something, and there's a chance we could find some clues there.
Only clues? Perhaps there are other useful items as well. In fact, I could get the laboratory open so we could both go in, if Stokes were not so stingy with his munitions.
How do you mean?
My specialty is demolitions and explosives. I just do not have any on hand right now. I thought perhaps the captain might once again be willing to assist a fellow warrior in a righteous cause, but...
It's like I told Mr. Marquez, my hands are tied. Much as I'd like to help, I've got enough to worry about with my men missing. In fact, I was just heading out to search, so if you'll excuse me.
Hold your horses, Captain. How about we come with? I'm sure you could use the extra eyes.
It's mighty kind of you, Ackerman. Can't promise it'll be safe, though. We'll be going near native territory.
Come on, Stokes. You forget who you're talking to? I laugh in the face of danger. We'll ride with you.
Your friend is quite the braggadocio, no?
That's Jake for you, as colorful as they come.
You're all in, then?
Apparently so.
I will accompany you as well.
Sorry, who are you?
Y'all can get acquainted on the trail. Let's get going. Sun's almost up. Appreciate y'all coming out with me. Strength in numbers and all that.
Our pleasure, Captain.
Exactly who is it you're looking for?
My first lieutenant, John Mulberry.
So when did your man go missing?
He left leading the patrol last evening and they never returned. I just hope the natives didn't get him. Things have been a bit tense of late.
Been stationed at Fort Beaumont long?
Nearly 4 years now. For the most part, it's a fairly quiet post. Of course, Rosewater's nearby and usually good for a diversion.
On that note, I'd be honored to have you at my show, Captain.
Oh my god.
Ah, yes. Soon enough, Ackerman.
Natives are responsible. Contact with Dr. Bennett. Oh,
On
yeah.
the subject of missing people, did you ever cross paths with Dr. Bennett Clark?
The mad doctor? No, ma'am. My men and I steered clear of him. Used to be we'd see strange lights and hear weird noises coming from his lab. Don't know what he was up to out there, but it weren't natural.
What makes you believe the natives are behind Mulberry's disappearance?
Our patrol perimeter goes close to their village. Wouldn't be the first time we've come to blows over boundaries. They fall back once they see our superior firepower. Thankfully, they haven't got guns, but they've been getting mighty bold lately.
So you're saying they've gotten aggressive when you've gone near their land? Sounds to me like they're just defending themselves.
Miss Leger, with all due respect, you've no idea what you're talking about. We've already given these folks an inch, but they have taken a mile. The government's tried appeasing them with treaties and such, but those ain't worth the paper they're written on. You'd sooner reason with a coyote.
Well, I think...
Engines!
What's happening?
So far, we have been stymied in our efforts to search Clark's laboratory. Captain Stokes let out a search patrol, and he let all us supplicants tag along. But it wasn't enough to deter the native war party that ambushed us.
Oh, we're in prison now.
Stokes slipped the trap laid for him, leaving us four to stand in his stead. Now we await intelligence of our captors and some sign of our fate.
Well, isn't this a fine turn of events?
Let's take a look around this room. That corn is
I suppose
nice and
all of these
golden.
were made here. Quite a collection. This basket's full of soap.
And at least we can keep clean.
Uh-huh. Except there is no water in here.
Then let's hope we can get out of here soon.
I'm gonna just take that soap. Can I take this?
I suppose.
Oh, no.
Wonder what they use these for.
Head catchers
Baskets?
would be my guess.
Oh.
Hey, it's so funny.
It was not meant to be.
Oh, are they gonna decapitate us?
For now.
Must be for storage. Completely. It's quite ornate. Brightens the place up, I suppose.
It is noble to find beauty in dark moments, but perhaps not so very useful.
Can I take
Dried
this corn?
corn. At least we won't starve.
If that's all there is, starving might be preferable.
Dried corn.
If that...
Is there something in my bag I can use?
Doesn't look very sturdy.
But it's barred on the other side.
Oh, what I would not give for a stick or two of dynamite right now.
Hey, let us out!
I'd save my breath if I was you.
How do I get my bag out again? Ah, there. Could I use a lockpick? No. smell?
Smells like lye.
Lye?
That's not going.
Lye with corn? Could I use it on myself?
Soap? Just what are you trying to say?
I don't know. To be honest, I have no idea. Can I use this on... I could use it on stuff.
That's not...
Can I put it on you?
Unless it is a key to that door, I am not interested.
She said it's barred
Not
on
the
the other
best.
side. Could I... Is it like a lockpick situation?
No lock to pick.
No lock to pick.
Phil?
Eh?
I'm gonna make a
I
joke.
never imagined volunteering for a search party would include free accommodation.
It's super tense here. Let me make
I
a
must
joke.
say, of everyone I have shared a jail cell with, you have the liveliest sense of humor.
So, this isn't the first time you've been locked up?
Certainly not. At least these people seem more hospitable to their prisoners than the Spanish.
Got any suggestions for how we might get out of here?
Not just yet. I want to see how things play out.
What do you mean?
Something about this does not feel right. We know very little of our captors. I cannot devise anything until that changes.
Did you see what became of Captain Stokes?
Yes, though I wish I had not.
Is he dead?
Pinche cobarde.
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
He turned and ran.
Oh, he
Took
did?
his men and abandoned us. To think I held him as a man of honor. Bastardo!
Oh, whoa.
Easy there, Phil.
Forgive me, but I cannot abide a deserter.
It takes a low sort to abandon someone who's counting on you. I'll just be over here.
Can I use those scraps?
Did
For
smashing
something?
that pot make you feel any better?
It did, yes.
Hey, Danny?
What is it?
You don't have to be... Are you nervous?
What's wrong? Nervous?
Aren't you?
Not really. I don't think these folks mean us any harm. If they did, they wouldn't have gone through the trouble of capturing us.
I didn't think of it that way. I sure hope you're right.
I am.
You and Jake must have gotten into scrapes like this before, right?
Well, I have, yes. Although it was before I met Jake. But is this really the time for stories?
No
Fair
better
enough.
time.
Perhaps another time.
But we have nothing but time right
Got
now.
any thoughts on how we might get out of here?
They took my guns, so... Not really. You should ask Jake. He's the one with all the clever tricks.
Were you able to see how Captain Stokes fared?
I lost sight of him when I got knocked off my horse. Can't believe he just left us. Why would he do that?
He's a coward, and now he owes us.
Hey, Jake?
Miss Leger?
Making yourself comfortable?
Not really. His bench is hard as a rock. Could do with some back support, too. But it's as good a place as any to think of a way out of here.
Had any ideas for escaping yet?
You'll be the first to know, I assure you.
Did you manage to see what became of Captain Stokes?
No, I was a mite preoccupied. Just as well. If I'd known he was running off, I'd have shown him a thing or two.
Surely a fellow of daring do like yourself has been in a predicament like this before?
More times than I can count.
How'd you manage to get free?
Well, you gotta understand, every situation's different. Easiest way's usually bribing a guard, but sometimes you gotta get creative. Well, it's one time but no, that wouldn't work here.
Why not?
'Cause I'd need a few things, and coming by them in here will be next to impossible.
If you've got a plan, it's at least worth trying.
I reckon you're right. Main thing I need is something pliable, like wax or soft wood. Then something sharp to shape it with, and finally some shiny material. Metallic looking would be best. Find me those things, we might be in business.
I'll leave you to your thoughts.
Something soft? The soap?
Is this pliable enough for you?
This'll do nicely.
I forgot what the other ones were.
Hey, Jake.
I know
Miss
something
Leger.
metallic. Wait, hold on.
I'll leave you.
Something metallic. And sharp.
Will this work for what you...
Shiny and metallic. Perfect.
And something sharp.
This sharp enough for you?
It'll do, it'll do. Well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. You got everything.
Easy.
Sure did. Now, will you tell me about this plan of yours?
I'm bluffing our way out of here. Give me a few minutes and you'll see what I mean.
Oh god, what is it? What are you making?
Voila.
Oh my god, are you serious?
You carved a gun out of soap and wrapped it in tinfoil?
That's right.
It's imaginative. It's also quite dangerous.
It's certainly creative, I'll give you that.
Necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. Anyhow, soon as somebody comes in, I'll draw this and catch them off guard. You knock them out in the confusion, then we make our escape.
What if they took
And
our
you
guns?
have confidence this will work?
These folk don't know firearms, they can't tell the difference.
But, what if...
Hello in there? I'm coming inside.
Well, ain't this fortuitous?
Greetings. I'm Nadine. I've come to...
Hands up!
Is that a fake gun?
Oh my god.
Yes?
Don't mind my friend here. Nadine, was it?
Yes, Nadine Redbird.
Harley Leger. So just what is it you want from us?
The chief sent me to make sure none of you were hurt. She also wants to speak with whoever's in charge of your group.
That would be me.
No,
All
no,
due
no,
respect,
no.
sir, but after that little trick you just pulled, you're out of the running.
I'll go then.
All right, come with me.
It's a fake gun straight away.
I bring you Miss Harley Leger, representing the captives.
Thank you, Nadine. You may return and tend to the others.
I will.
Enter and be welcome. You may call me Chief Lutzi. I am responsible for the people of this village.
Pleasure's all mine.
You have violated the borders of the Autumn Nation, duly established by recognized treaty with your government. Miss Leger, why are you here?
Yeah. We were looking for some soldiers.
Captain Stokes is missing some troops, and we were helping in the search.
You serve Stokes. Curious, you do not dress like a soldier.
We have nothing to do with the fort.
Who are you then?
I'm a journalist for the Rosewater Post. My companions and I are researching Dr. Bennett Clark. We only came to Stokes to ask for help getting inside the abandoned laboratory on the other side of the valley. Thought maybe you could spare some dynamite or something. But first we had to ride with him to find First Lieutenant Mulberry and his missing men.
I see. What did he tell you of us?
Let's just say he didn't paint a very pretty picture.
Unsurprising. Do you share his opinion?
Of course not. Yeah, I don't know. No, holding us captive is like valid. I'm still alive.
Well, you haven't killed me yet, so I'd like to take that as a good sign.
The Autumn mean you no harm, Miss Leger. However, for months, the fort soldiers have routinely violated our borders and harassed our people. Just last night, a band of them came, led by this man, Mulberry. They attacked us in our fields and set fire to our crops.
I'll get on her good side. I'll ask her were any of your people killed.
Were there any casualties among your people?
No deaths, although a number were burned or wounded in the fight.
Oh,
As for
geez.
Mulberry, we captured him. He is under guard in one of our empty storehouses. Stokes has turned our village into a prison, and now he is recruiting civilians to come after us. I fear this will not end until everything we have has been turned to ash. But I cannot allow that. Something must be done.
You're right. Can we help you in any way?
I believe so. And you can get what you're after as well.
I'm listening.
Our scouts have observed an army wagon making regular deliveries to the fort from Rosewater. It comes in the night, when few others are willing to travel, and always it arrives a day or two after the train stops in town.
Then that would be tonight? I just arrived on the latest train into Rosewater.
Yes, exactly. I cannot know for sure, but I believe this wagon carries supplies, along with weapons and munitions. The soldiers use these to strengthen themselves, then come and deprive us of what little we have. If you and your people were to obtain them, it would be to our mutual benefit. We would have a means of defense. You would have the tools to enter this laboratory, and Stokes would be deprived of his armaments.
Win-win all around. Won't raiding an army wagon be dangerous? Ah, yeah.
You're proposing we raid a military supply wagon? That sounds awfully risky.
Our peaceableness has bought us no safety. In doing nothing, we risk extermination at the hands of these men.
Tonight, then, huh?
Tonight, or not at all. The cover of darkness will be to your advantage. Our scouts have also noted that only 2 men guard the wagon.
Guess I'd better tell the others and get to planning.
You are welcome to rest here in the meantime.
Thank you, Chief Lutzi.
May the Earthmaker guide you.
Everyone in good shape?
Mr. Luo has some minor bruising, but your friends are otherwise healthy.
Good to know. Hey, fellas, come on out here. We got some business to discuss.
I take it your meeting with the chief went well?
They aren't our enemies. Stokes is worse than we thought.
Yes, although I learned how much of a bastard Stokes truly is.
I told you he was a no-good deserter.
He is much worse than that. Turns out the reason Mulberry didn't come back is that he was taken prisoner while conducting an unprovoked raid on this village. A raid Stokes himself ordered.
What?
Army soldiers have been crossing into Otham territory and attacking them without justification.
It's true. I have treated many of the wounded myself.
Hijo de la... We cannot let this injustice stand.
That is troubling. But what can we do about it?
Chief Lutzi suggested we hit him where it hurts, the fort's supply chain. So we'll be carrying out our own raid on a delivery wagon.
And to think just yesterday you were having reservations about robbing folk. Reckon it's true what they say about the frontier changing people.
I don't mind robbing for a good cause. Yep, yeah.
It may be stealing, but we're doing it to help the Otham. I can live with that.
Sometimes one must perform distasteful acts in service of a righteous cause.
Now listen up, because we've got some preparations to make. And the wagon will be coming through tonight, according to the chief. We can get the munitions Phil needs to get us into the lab, along with some weapons and supplies for the Otham.
Ah, the old 1-2 punch. I like it.
Only question is, what's the best approach?
I'm thinking we create a distraction. We get the wagon to stop, then you and I keep the driver occupied while Danny and Phil sneak the stuff out.
I prefer a more direct approach. You said the wagon was poorly guarded, eh? We have enough fighters to overpower them. When they see they are outmatched, we should be able to take what we need without firing a shot.
Wouldn't it be better to do this without drawing any attention? You could set up a roadblock, then sneak out what you need while they investigate.
All good plans. Have you got anything, Danny?
No, but I think we should be careful. Something like this could so easily go wrong.
So, what's it going to be?
Jake, distract the driver. I kind of want to distract the driver. This seems like the fun thing to do. A roadblock is obvious. They're going to know it's us. Yeah, let's distract the driver. That
I like
seems more
Jake's
fun.
plan.
All right, just follow my lead. If things start to go south, say, hang up the fiddle. That'll be the cue for Danny and Phil to vamoose.
I can help too, if you need an extra pair of hands.
Oh, well, sure. That'd be much appreciated, Miss Redbird.
Well, we better get ready. Let's hope this goes off without a hitch.
Theatrical, I picked Jake's plan for the wagon. That's some more fun. Oh yeah, stop him in the middle of the night.
What's
Not
going
suspicious
on
at all.
Ah, finally a third party. Maybe you can settle this argument for us.
Ma'am, is this man causing you grief?
Not nearly as much as she's caused me, I can assure you.
You know I wanted the poker game fair and square. I told you it's over between us. Oh, the jewels are my inheritance and you know it. Which one sounds more juicy? This line is over.
How many times do I have to say it before you get it through your thick skull? We're through.
You can't just break a man's heart and expect him to roll over.
Ooh, improv.
What's going on out here?
These two lackwits are standing in the middle of the path. This ain't no place for a lover's spat.
What in the Sam Hill are you two doing out here this time of night anyway?
We had a bit of wagon trouble on our way home to Rosewater. You ever been there?
Yes, sir. It's where I grew up.
You could use a drink. Oh my god, Jack of
After
Diamonds.
all we've been through, I need a drink. I'll be glad for some rest at the Jack of Diamonds.
Oh, sure. Love that place.
Me too. I wouldn't mind forgetting our troubles. Like how our wagon turned over and stranded us out here.
The wagon turned over? How'd that happen?
Something ran out in front of us. Spooked our horse.
It was a bandit. It was a coyote.
It was a sneaky little coyote came out of nowhere.
Yeah, these hills are lousy with the little varmints.
Well, we can't offer you a ride, but we can send someone from the fort to come get you, assuming you don't kill each other first.
Oh, don't worry about us. We quarrel all the time. Like cats and dogs in a gunny sack.
That's right. Our mothers always remember card games make them mean, but we're firm friends. Or we're splitting up?
If I had a copper for every time we'd called things off, then gotten back together.
Your offer is most appreciated, but won't be necessary.
So, you don't need our help? Why'd you stop us then?
In all fairness, you stopped at your own volition.
At least you get to meet the famous Gentleman Jack, right?
And lucky you did, otherwise you might not have met the famous Gentleman Jake.
Gentleman Jake? That's a good one. I'd expect to find him in a saloon with a buxom gal on each arm, not on a dusty road in the middle of the night.
Hey now!
Don't you think it's about time we hang up the fiddle?
Right. Pardon for the disturbance, gentlemen.
Strange event.
You have come back to us, and it seems your hunt was successful.
Miss Leger, I gotta say, I ain't seen bluffing that good since I cleaned out Aces O'Reilly at the poker table.
Thanks. I've picked up a few tricks over the years.
Are there wrong answers
we
to
recovered
that?
firearms, ammunition, and some additional food.
Did you obtain what you needed?
Yes. With this dynamite, getting into the lab will be quite easy.
Then I am glad the raid proved fruitful.
Chief Lutzi, I am curious. Now that you can arm your people, what is your plan?
I can certainly understand your curiosity, General Marquez.
You know me?
We are close enough to the new Spanish border to keep informed of current events. To answer your question, we will defend ourselves. Peace has not worked against those who wish to harm us, so we must answer them with force.
You strike me as a wise and capable leader, but allow me to offer one piece of advice. Do not underestimate your enemy. Nothing angers a tyrant like a show of resistance.
I appreciate it, General, but I believe we will overcome.
I truly hope you do.
So, there's something else. Several crates in the wagon were marked Rosewater. I thought it was strange, considering that's where the wagon was coming from. And not only that, we found a safe filled with Aurum bars.
I wanted to take them, but Danny refused.
What? How did they open the safe?
I imagine you had good reason for that.
They were marked. They wouldn't have been any good to us.
Good thinking, then. The last thing we need is the royals on us for stealing their Aurum.
The royal police? Nah, out here they'd send in the army. Or God forbid, the Blackburns.
The Union Busters?
Unions, heads, you name it.
The big question is, why send Aurum to the fort?
An intriguing line of inquiry, but I ain't sure the fort's dealings should concern us.
Perhaps not, but I am curious as well. Something unusual is happening here. Stokes was all too happy to aid our cause before my exile. Now he acts like a stranger. It cannot be a coincidence. I am going to charge my Lieutenant General with finding out more about these shipments.
Chasing more wagons full of aurum?
Something like that. It is clear there will be no more aid from Stokes now, and I still have an army to outfit. Perhaps we will find something we can actually keep.
If money's what you're after, maybe you'd entertain the notion of joining our posse. That goes for you too, Miss Redbird.
What are you talking about?
I'll explain everything on the way back to the lab. Danny, you stay here and help unload the supplies. You can give Nadine the lowdown. Come meet us when you're done.
Will do.
I am sending one of our hunters to return Mulberry to the fort. He can show you the way back.
Much appreciated. Right, let's get a move on. You coming with me and Phil, Miss Leger?
I wouldn't want to miss the explosion. Yeah, hell yeah.
And missing all the fireworks when you finally set them off? I think not. And can it with the Miss Leger bunk? It's Harley.
Duly noted. Now let's get going.
Just one more thing before you go, Harley. You said you were a journalist, yes?
That's right.
Do you believe the townspeople would take an interest in our cause?
Some might. I can certainly tell my employer about the treatment you've received.
Please do. I have a statement I would like you to carry back. The Autumn are a peaceful people. We wish to be your good neighbors and friends. But if a Vespuccian soldier or any other person comes with violent intent to harm us, we will do what we must to protect our people.
Got it. Would you be willing to sit for an interview with someone from the post?
Gladly. My words are for all who will listen with open hearts.
I'll make sure your message is received.
Thank you.
Oh, where's Stokes? I hope he's dead.
Thanks for showing us back, partner. We can take it from here. Well, would you look at that? Didn't think I'd be seeing old Jesse again. I'm keeping this arrowhead as a good luck charm. And who knows, maybe some collector out there'd be interested in acquiring the arrowhead that nearly wiped out Gentleman Jake.
Híjole, is he always like this?
I wonder how things will go for the Autumn now that they have firearms.
Well enough, I hope, provided they don't point them at us.
Did I take the flag?
The flag Stokes was carrying.
What is
Pity it's in such a sorry state.
I shouldn't leave this here.
It's good to see someone who respects their country.
You're quite certain you know what you're doing?
Just leave everything to me, and stand far, far back.
Run! That was a lot of sticks of dynamite.
Impressive work there, Phil.
Gracias.
And an explosion will certainly liven up your article. Eh, Harley?
So, what are we gonna look for in here? What the hell is that?
Well, slap my behind and call me Betsy.
Not sure what I was expecting to find, but it wasn't this.
It has been completely ransacked.
Still, there's gotta be some indication of where Clark took his money. Let's take a look around. But watch yourselves. No telling what any of these doohickeys might be capable of.
I can't really see through the porthole, but it looks dense in there.
Dense? What do you mean dense?
No handle. Must be some other way to open it. Looks like it's connected to the door somehow.
And that wire runs to the console back there.
Won't do us any good if there's nothing powering this place, though.
I can't see through. The window is too grimy.
Do I have a rag? This. Could I? That seems disrespectful. Nope, cannot. Oop. How do I unselect? Okay.
A wooden mannequin in a cage? I have so many questions.
You sure you want them answered?
I'm curious.
I can't make heads nor tails of this chicken scratch. There's about 2 inches of dust. Empty. Not really surprising.
What's the point of searching if it's empty? No, I get it.
What in the ether is this thing?
I wouldn't get too close.
Some kind of console. Seems to connect to a few things.
Ooh.
Is this some kind of combination or code?
9207. 9207.
One of 4 dials. It's anyone's guess what they do.
No.
One of the dials is missing. Just my luck.
Ah. Okay, so I just need a dial.
I guess this measures etheric pressure, whatever that means. TT-180 must be this contraption's model number. Must be what makes this... Nothing happened.
All right, we gotta look for a dial.
Not much left. Some books and a broken device. Looks like some type of cannon, and it's pointing right at the cage.
Oh, okay. So I have console. This switch goes into this console. Turn on this cannon. Boom. Whatever that does. Is there something I can use for a dial? Oops. No, probably have to talk to my
Hey, Phil, let's
companions.
What about?
Clark's lab is really quite something, wouldn't you agree?
Yes. Something unnatural. Something perverse. What possessed him to undertake this research is beyond me.
So how did you wind up here in Vespuccia?
That is a very long story, and I do not wish to relate it now. Perhaps another time?
Fair enough. How did you become so proficient with explosives?
The science of it always fascinated me. Even as a child, I read a great deal about mining and demolitions. The lessons were invaluable. So, when my parents sent me to university, I studied civil engineering. Most people do not realize just how much care must be taken when dealing with dynamite.
I'm pretty sure we all know it's dangerous.
Hang on. You have a university education?
Of course. Does this surprise you?
No, I just didn't think a revolutionary would have a degree.
Well, I do. From the Escuela Superior de Ingenieros in Madrid.
I have to ask, what went on at the Rosewater Post?
That so-called newspaper editor dared to write that the People's Revolution was over, that we had been crushed by the forces of the Spanish army. Defeated, we will not abandon our cause. I demanded a correction. What did I get instead? A defenestration.
Defenestration.
Yes.
Right. Carry on. Can we talk?
Jake
What's
has
on your
ideas.
mind?
He always
Because
has
you
an
know
idea.
I've been wondering about the Otham. What do you suppose will happen to them now that they're armed with guns?
The soldiers will respect their borders. Doubt it. They'll be able to defend themselves.
I don't know, but at least they have a fighting chance now.
If Stokes attacks and they successfully fend him off, then perhaps he will leave them alone. But it will certainly not happen without bloodshed.
Well, best of luck to him.
This place sure is something, isn't it?
I admit, I never gave much credence to all that ethericity business, but seeing all them contraptions and appurtenances, let's just say it's given me a new appreciation for Clark's tenacity.
Oh, what?
I've got some more questions about you.
I'm always happy to answer.
How'd you and Danny get together?
I was packing up after a run of shows in Quick Point, having a hard time of it. You see, my assistant had up and left a few days prior, so I was flying solo.
Your assistant left? Why?
The showman's life ain't for everybody. I don't fault him for it. Anyhow, Danny comes up and offers to help with the crates. You should have seen him. Eyes wide, hands shaking, downright charming. So Danny gives me a hand and we get to talking. Turns out he's got experience roping and shooting. Even gave me a demonstration. I offered him the job as my assistant on the spot. The rest, as they say, is history.
I can't tell whether this guy is a load of BS and he's like not really this amazing gentleman, Jake.
Would you care to recount some of your previous adventures?
I'd love to, but I'm afraid now just ain't the time. Soon as we have a respite, I'll be glad to regale you.
Just how did you come to learn about Clark's money?
Not long ago, I got to talking with a feller at the saloon. The whiskey had loosened his lips and he blabbed all about the success of his Aurum claim. But then he told me about how he'd invested most of that Aurum in Clark's research and how he wasn't the only one.
And you're certain these investors won't be wanting their money back?
Can't speak for the rest, but this feller won't. See, his aforementioned loose lips got him into trouble with some other folk. Poor bastard was shot dead in the street.
I see. Enough jabber. Let's push on.
Dang, what am I supposed to do? Oh, there's more here.
This Clark fellow was into some strange things, wasn't he?
I'm starting to understand why he chose to do his work out in the middle of nowhere.
This may have held something interesting once, but now it's just lodging for spiders. This must be where Clark parked his rear during his experiments.
And look at this chair.
This is where all the cables wind up. I get the impression this is what powers everything in here.
We just need to get it running again somehow.
Some kind of power meter. Never heard of an ampere before. These meters seem connected to whatever's behind the panel. I bet getting power to all three of these meters will get things up and running.
Bet.
I bet the machine's guts are behind this panel.
How do I open it?
I can't remove it with my hands. I'll need a tool to unscrew it.
Oh.
I'm guessing this thing needs to hit full. Sinister. No good. There's some power getting through, but it needs more.
Okay. I have to unscrew that. I need a tool to unscrew it.
I can't begin to fathom what these contraptions are for.
There's a
Nothing
toolbox
of use
up
to
there.
us.
This one.
Looks like a toolbox. What's it doing all the way up there? Way too high for me.
Want me to give you a boost?
Stairs.
Nah, I still couldn't reach. I'll think of something else.
Wait, I can climb up half these stairs and then reach it.
Guess we won't get to see what's up on the roof.
Just as well. I prefer to keep my feet on the ground.
What?
Anything interesting in there?
Not really. Probably why they were left behind.
Maybe this will help.
Yeah. Oh.
Then again, maybe not.
Can I move this thing?
This may have helped.
Can I move this thing?
I can't begin.
Nothing of you.
Hey, Phil.
What about?
Can you think of any way to get that box down?
I'm afraid reaching high things has never been my forte.
Right. Carry on. Can we talk?
What's on?
Any clever ideas to get to that confounded box?
Not too many, I'm afraid.
Why don't you shoot the
Hang
box
on.
down?
I've got an idea. Why don't you just shoot the box down?
Beg pardon?
Let's put that gunslinging know-how of yours to work.
I may be a showman, but I ain't a performing monkey. Besides, I never perform sharpshooting tricks without a crowd.
Oh my god.
Crowd be damned. I want to see what's in the box.
You've proven yourself resourceful. I'm sure you can find a more practical way to get to that box that doesn't involve me wasting ammo.
I don't understand. You showed off your prowess with a gun before.
I insist.
Now all I'm hearing are excuses. Why so shifty all of a sudden?
All right, look. The truth is, I've gone a mite rusty. A couple of years ago, I could have done it with my eyes shut, but time ain't been kind to my hands.
So how did you pull off that juggling trick?
Danny's the one that shoots the ball from the wings. You want that box down so bad, ask him to help you when he gets back.
Might I borrow that arrowhead for a spell?
By all means. Maybe it'll bring you some luck, too.
Why
Enough
am I
jabber.
borrowing this?
Let's push on.
Wait, I need this toolbox though. What? Could I use that stool that's on the floor? This.
At least Dr. Clark looks like
won't do it.
Could I do the Indiana Jones thing and like use the arrowhead on the as a screw?
I get the
We just
this.
Let's see if this works.
Oh, it does work. Ha! I remember doing this in Indiana Jones, like the Fate of Atlantis one. Okay, now what?
Looks like something chewed through it.
That one's working.
No wonder the power's not getting through. This wire's all corroded.
I need a cleaner.
No wonder.
Or a new wire. Need to fix that. Don't have anything in my bag. Could I use
that?
That
muck's too solidified to wipe off.
Oh.
There's a thought, but this is way too big.
Just use a piece of paper.
This wire needs...
Okay, fine. Exit. I need this toolbox.
Can we talk?
What's...
Any idea how to start up that generator?
Afraid not. These doohickeys ain't quite my bailiwick.
Enough jabber. Hey,
what about?
Any idea how to start up the generator?
Cloth can sometimes be used to wrap damaged wires for a temporary repair. As for the dirty one, a solvent like acid or alcohol is good for removing corrosion.
Right.
But the cloth is too big. Can I use the arrowhead and get it and use it?
I hope this isn't considered treason.
I did. Awesome. Okay, so that sorts out this one.
That should do it.
I can't believe that works. And alcohol? I don't have alcohol. Do
How are
you?
Oh.
Do you have alcohol?
Hey,
what about?
Right.
There's no alcohol. I need to reach this.
Way too.
Want me to?
Nice.
He offered to get it for me. No alcohol here. Nothing here. What about these bottles?
Dr. Clark.
Do I have to leave? Could I go back to Rosewater and get alcohol there? What's this? There are bottles here.
Hey!
What is it?
Did Captain Stokes come back here? We lost sight of him after the attack.
He's here. Don't think he's up to receiving anyone, though.
Coward.
I found the flag Stokes was carrying out on patrol. Thought he might like it back.
It's very noble of you, miss. I'll make sure he gets it.
Carry on, soldier.
Right.
Huh.
That thing has seen some action.
What's this area here? Miracle cures for all ailments. That looks like a place for alcohol.
Dios mío. What is this abomination?
Howdy, folks. Interested in learning about Coltit's miracle elixir?
Of course we are, little lady.
Then step on over here.
So suspicious that she's just here in the middle of nowhere. Not suspicious at all.
Professor Xander Coltit III. Good medicine for good people. My guess is the primary ailment these folks cure is swollen purses.
Snake oil.
I'm sure there's a lesson here about the laws of supply and demand. Special offer. Limited time only. 1 bottle for 5 crowns. Some of these bottles are starting to collect dust.
Boy, oh boy, I sure wish I was you.
Beg pardon?
Why, today's your lucky day.
Is that right?
Yes, sirree. You're just in time to experience the travesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir.
The what now?
Oh, dang. I mean, the majesty of Xander Coltit III's miracle elixir. My name is Olivia Coltit, and I'm here to answer all your questions about this evolutionary new medication.
Are you sure you don't mean revolutionary new medication?
That's what I said. So, do you want to hear about it or not?
Sure, tell me about it.
Fine, I'll bite. Tell me about this miracle elixir.
Glad you asked. From the maker of the widely popular Coltit's emulsified soporific comes Coltit's miracle elixir, the finest, most elective tonic in Vespuccia. Guaranteed to treat and cure all illnesses from arthritis to yellow fever. And for a special limited time, we're selling it for the treasonable price of just 5 crowns.
I like her Freudian slips. What about 2 crowns?
5 crowns seems a bit pricey. How about I give you 2 instead?
Sorry, ma'am. Daddy told me not to hackle.
Oh, I'm sure we can agree that rules were made to be broken, young lady. Would you consider 3 crowns? We'll tell everybody we meet to come see you. Then you can charge them a reasonable 6.
Well, okay, deal.
Oh, sweet. You know anything about the lab? Wait, Jem.
You wouldn't happen to be related to a kid in Rosewater named Jem, would you?
No, ma'am. Far as I know, I'm a lonely child.
A lonely child.
Why are you parked in the middle of the desert when there's a town full of potential customers not 2 miles from here?
Oh, I'm just minding the wagon while my daddy's doing his business at the fort. But he told me to stand out here and detract anybody who might come by.
And has anyone else come by?
Oh, sure. Tons of folk. Only one who didn't stop was a feller on horseback. Too bad, 'cause the guy he was hauling looked like he could have used some elixir.
The guy who was hauling.
Say, do you know anything about that lab over there?
No,
Oh,
but I
it
did
was-
hear a big boom coming from that way. Was that your doing?
No.
Oh, come on, you could tell me. I'm no tattler.
I said no. Now stop asking.
Fine, jeez.
I think I've heard enough for now. We'll just be going.
It was a real pressure.
A real pressure. That's so funny. The guy that they were hauling back was like one of the other soldiers. Totally forgot about him. These puzzles are nice and simple. They're not as long as you click everything, talk to your companions. It's a nice chill experience. I'm here for the story. Like the voice acting is pretty great. Like I like it. Not too difficult. You can double click to move them quickly so you don't have to wait for them to walk all the way across the room. What am I doing again? Oh yeah. Corroded thingy. Smell.
That'll put hairs on your chest.
Select. And let's clean
put
that
some
up.
of this elixir to good use.
Oh yeah, this is ready. Boom. Oh, she's alive! God damn.
Looks like Phil managed to get the door open.
I wonder if they found anything inside.
Oh. We broke it.
I'd say so, yes.
We did
We are
something to
up
it.
and running.
Impressive. This technology is amazing. What did this Clark fellow intend to do with such power?
I'm beginning to wonder about that myself.
Nice job getting the lights back on.
Get everything squared with the Otham?
I think so.
They're adequately supplied. They should be well off for some time.
Well, I suppose we should see about...
Hello? Is someone in here? Damn. Looks like we've attracted some attention. I have come in peace. Please, make yourself known.
Guess we don't have much choice.
Hail! Goodness, I wasn't expecting so many of you.
And we weren't expecting anybody at all.
Who are you? Oh no, not another one, no.
Do you have some interest in Dr. Clark as well?
Yes, you could say that. I am Paul Burkhart, emissary of the Luminarians.
The what now?
We are disciples of Dr. Clark, protectors of his artifacts and legacy.
No kidding. So you must know all about him then.
Quite so.
Well, isn't this our lucky day? Can you tell us what you know about him?
If you seek enlightenment, we will be glad to share our wisdom
Oh
with
gosh,
you.
he has
But
a
let us
cult.
all return to the commune. We must not further defile the sanctity of this place. Come, I am eager to learn about you all.
No, I need to press buttons. Oh.
Welcome to Chrysalis, friends. Feel free to explore, converse with the residents.
Oh my
You'll
God,
find
this is
we
a
have
cult.
much to offer. We'll speak again soon.
What an accommodating fella.
This is all very strange.
It's a cult.
You all might be into this porqueria, but I want no part of it. I am going back to the lab.
Suit yourself. All right, let's see what we can learn about where Clark's stash might be. But let's not overplay our hand, shall we? If anybody asks, our interest is purely academic.
No, I'm
I'm really not a good liar, Mr. Ackerman.
Shoot, nobody's asking you to lie, sugar. Just withhold certain details. We're interested in learning about Clark. That's all there is to it. Come on, Danny. Let's see where our friend's gone off to.
I know lying doesn't come natural to some. For others, it's like breathing. Don't take this amiss, but if you'd like some pointers, sometimes it's good to be able to keep
I'm a
certain
good
things to
liar.
yourself you don't want everybody and his uncle to know.
Oh. All right.
Dad, change the subject.
If they start asking too many questions, steer the conversation to another topic.
You seem to have a lot of experience in these matters.
Everyone lies, get used to it. I only lie when I have to. Sometimes the truth hurts. No, I only lie when I have to.
Maybe, but I only lie when it's necessary.
You find it necessary to lie?
Sure, at times.
Oh, come on,
To
don't be
save my
naive.
skin. You don't?
I haven't needed to.
Lucky you. Hope that keeps working out for you. But if anyone asks what you were up to the day when, say, a wagon got raided outside Rosewater, a little capacity for dissimulation might be handy to have.
Your advice is appreciated. I'll just see what I can find out on my own.
I'm not liking her. I don't lie.
If the smell's anything to go by, that crate's full of fertilizer. Not very intimidating. No wonder the crops are bare.
This is a cult and it's like failed crop area. What are these cult members eating?
They have an automated irrigation system. Pretty ingenious. Certainly colorful. Kitchen to the left, rostrum to the right. Seems like they're pretty self-sufficient here. Suppose that's where the animals are kept.
Should we go to the kitchen first? Kitchen first.
Full of grain by the look of it. Quite the contraption.
What is this image up here?
My, that's quite imaginative. I think I saw this model in the latest Bowls Clearage Frontier catalog.
Oh my god, is that tinfoil hat guy? It is. Oops.
It will be. I hope everyone likes it.
Wait,
Is
what are
this
we making?
breakfast?
Oh yeah.
It will be.
Excuse me?
Ah, hello. You must be one of Miss Redbird's companions.
That's right. Harley Leger.
My name is Evan. Evan Holbrook. Welcome to Chrysalis.
Evan was just showing me the cookhouse. You know they grow or raise everything they eat here themselves?
Well, mostly. Sometimes we need to resupply from town, but we aim to be fully self-reliant. Our dedication will be rewarded with bounty.
But you have no crops.
So, are you the biscuit roller for this community, or what?
Not quite. Everyone in Chrysalis does their part. It's my day on the rota to fix breakfast.
Do you have a doctor?
We have a few skilled in healing, yes. I do wish we had more knowledge of agriculture. Our crops haven't been thriving like we hoped.
What's your story, Evan? How did you join up with these folks?
Well, like many of the others here, I was living in New Britannia. My wife was there at the etheric demonstration at the expo.
Oh no.
I thought I'd lost her forever. But emissary Paul found me and explained how she hadn't perished, merely transcended.
Yeah, transcended into the
I
afterlife.
wanted to throttle him, actually.
I can understand that reaction.
But I realized that in my grief, I had become blinded.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Don't be. One day I'll transcend too, and we'll be reunited in the ether.
You said your crops weren't doing well. Why not?
Getting the irrigation in this year saved some of the crop, but we're facing lean times. We simply must find a way to grow enough to feed everyone.
Did you ever meet Dr. Clark?
Alas, no. I hadn't really heard of him before the expo. I was looking at the wax anatomical models in the medical marvels exhibit. But my wife said they turned her stomach, so she went to see the etheric pavilion instead. I don't think she really knew who Bennett Clark was either. It was just something to pass the time. If only either of us knew what a significant thing was about to happen.
The disaster that killed all those folk?
Please. That's what the ignorant and unenlightened call it. Emissary Paul helped me to understand.
Oh, God.
Evocator Bennett showed the world the transcendence phenomenon. It wasn't a disaster. It was a miracle. I only regret that I wasn't there, so I could have gone along with her.
Right.
Do you know where Dr. Clark disappeared to?
Evocator Bennett didn't disappear. He transcended.
Again, you use this word. What do you mean by it?
He passed through the etheric gateway and joined with the luminous ones in the cosmos.
The poster makes sense up there now.
Exactly what was Dr. Clark researching?
Ethericity, of course.
Of course, but what about it? Energy sources? Industrial applications? What?
Miss Leger, I couldn't begin to tell you. Whatever reasons he may have given the public, the bankers, the professors, and what have you, his true purpose was to open the way for humanity to pass into the etheric realm.
Why?
It wasn't easy. He spent 2 years in that laboratory before transcending. Soon the day will come when we all can follow him.
It was good talking to you. I'll leave you both to it.
Like, wow, you're crazy.
See you later, Harley.
Yikes.
This isn't much use with a wheel missing. Handle still looks good, at least.
All right, let's talk to Tinfoil Man.
Well, well, if it isn't my old friend.
The Defiler returns.
Hey now, don't get your britches in a twist.
You're a guest of Emissary Paul, so I'm obliged to welcome you. But if you continue casting your shadows of discord over all that is bright here, there will be consequences.
Now just where do you get off saying I'm casting shadows of discord or whatever?
I caught you trespassing outside the laboratory. Then your friend blasted the door off.
It was all in the name of research. I'm just as interested in all this as you.
You've a peculiar way of showing it.
I turned the thingy on.
Did you ever have a chance to meet Dr. Clark?
No, nor did I desire to.
No?
Ethericity is not a power to be trifled with. I've no interest in meeting someone who treats it as a plaything.
Where did Dr. Clark end up?
Not where he should have.
Do you know any details about Dr. Clark's research?
He was toying with fire, pure and simple. He may have been inspired and driven to his work by the luminous ones, but he was only their tool. He did not acknowledge their undeniable glory or show them the proper respect. He took a battering ram to the door of heaven. When they tired of the noise, they whisked him away inside the gates, while the rest of us still wait outside.
So what you're saying is, you don't actually know.
I've underestimated you. I didn't think there could be someone more arrogant than Dr. Clark.
What's so special about this place that they've got you standing guard?
This building houses our collection of artifacts salvaged from Dr. Clark's laboratory.
Oh, so you're the ones who looted the place.
We did not loot it. We saved important items from obscurity and decay.
I need that dial. It's in there.
Think I might take a quick peek?
Absolutely not. Outsiders are forbidden.
What if I get baptized?
So how does one go about joining your little club?
You think if you joined us that I would just suddenly allow you to enter?
Sure, you said only outsiders were forbidden.
Nice try, but not on my watch.
Oh.
What if I brought you a new artifact for your collection?
Then I would be very surprised. We've already retrieved everything of value from the laboratory.
Even from that locked room?
That room is inaccessible. Do not even consider attempting to breach it.
So what brought you to Chrysalis?
My personal business is none of yours.
Touchy. I'll leave you to your guarding. Try not to die of boredom.
I like Tinfoil Man. Alright, let's go to the rostrum.
He does go on, doesn't he? They're really fond of this butterfly motif, aren't they?
I kinda like it.
My friends, today we give thanks for our manifold blessings. On this day of celebration, the Evocator's Day of Transcendence. And why do we celebrate today, on the 8-month anniversary? Because 1 is nothing special. 1 is an isolating, selfish, lowly number. But 8 is perfection. 8 is infinity. 8 is the flap of the butterfly's wings. On this day in March of this year, exactly 8 months ago, the luminous ones called Evocator Bennett up to join them in the luminiferous ether. In so doing, they showed us the path of light, where soon we all shall follow. Now our soul sibling Bennett dwells among them in the etheric realm beyond this earth, in a transcendent union of cosmic harmony and peace.
8. Is that the way the butterfly flaps, the wings flap? Was it butterflies that flap like that, where they make kind of like a figure 8? I do remember that from when I was a kid. Like, there's a type of insect that does that.
A reliable water supply is everything out here. The butterflies sure seem to like these flowers.
It's like the only plants they have here.
Hey, Danny?
What's going on?
So, what's our friend on stage been jabbering about?
What hasn't he? This guy makes Jake seem like a silent monk by comparison. Anyway, it's mostly been about Clark, his etheric research in New Britannia, how he built his lab out here after the Expo disaster. Excuse me, miracle, that sort of thing. He says Clark transcended. I'm not sure what that means.
I get the impression it means he's dead.
Oh, that's too bad.
What's your impression of Chrysalis?
Well, it's peculiar. Everybody's got a job to do, a way to help. Nobody's left out, and that's nice.
It's
but
nice,
all
right?
this stuff about etheric beings? It sounds,
Crazy?
You said it, not me. Anyhow, I wouldn't mind hanging around a while.
Yeah, let's join this cult.
I was wondering if you might help me out with something.
What?
There's a toolbox inside Clark's lab that's out of reach, and I've had no luck getting it down. Think you might put your pistols to the task? I asked Jake to do it, but he said you were the one for the job.
I could do that. Yeah. You want to go right now?
We can do it later.
Perhaps not this very instant.
No problem. Just ask me again when you're ready.
I'll leave you to the lecture. They seem enthralled by Paul's ramblings.
What are these? It's creepy.
Something about that makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, same.
The butterfly makes this one less creepy, but not by much.
Is this the ether? The ether here, he's transcended, and then the butterflies in them, so they haven't transcended? I don't know.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
Ah, Harley. Miss Larkin here was just telling me about this fascinating place.
Hello and welcome. It's so nice to have visitors.
Thanks, but I was hoping to have a word with Jake in private.
Of course.
What's on your mind?
So, what have you picked up from these fine folks?
This ethericity stuff is much more complex than I thought. Seems our friend Dr. Clark may have been on to something after all.
I think I've found a promising lead. There's a shack on the other side of the commune full of things salvaged from Clark's lab. Only problem is it's being guarded by that first luminarian we met.
Oh, the feller with the tinfoil chapeau?
The very same. How can I get past him?
He's a peculiar one, but he seems to be the most reverent of these folk. Perhaps you could win him over with a peace offering. There might still be something in the lab that's been overlooked.
I'll just
giving
leave
me
you
a lot
to
of
it then.
hints. I wanted to talk to this lady, though.
Begging your pardon.
How may I help?
What is it you do around here?
Plenty. I help in the fields and in the kitchen, but my particular gift is keeping Chrysalis beautiful and its people inspired. All the murals and paintings you see around the commune are my work.
And a fine job you've done.
Why, thank you.
I agree. You've really managed to liven up this desert with some color.
Yes, that was my intent. I'm glad it comes across.
How did you end up here in Chrysalis?
Ethericity always fascinated me. I joined up with the luminarians when they were passing through Rampton on their way west. We founded Chrysalis here, close to the evocator's laboratory, and where the veil is parted.
The veil?
Right.
The boundary between our world and the ether, the realm of the cosmos, home of the luminous ones. The barrier is very thin here. Can't you feel it?
There's definitely something in the air. I've noticed you all sure are fond of butterflies.
What better creature to symbolize transcendence? Like butterflies, we too will undergo a metamorphosis, pass through the veil into the ether, and join the luminous ones. Not only that, their wings have 8 sections, and they flap in a figure 8 pattern.
I was right.
Does that mean something?
Evocator Bennett's sacred number, of course.
8.
Sacred number? What does that mean?
The number 8 is very important. It appears constantly in the evocator's writings, and Bennett himself was born on the 8th of August, 1788.
That's quite a coincidence.
Coincidence is mere illusion.
What's the meaning behind those shadow paintings?
We commemorate those who have transcended, and those who will.
Hence the butterflies?
Very astute. Yes, the butterfly represents the immortal soul, the essence of a person in their fullest flourishing. The butterfly is pure potential, contained within those who have not yet transcended. Once someone has passed into the ether, it is released and flies free.
Why, that's mighty poetical.
I can see that you have quite a bold, brilliant butterfly stirring within you.
You don't say. You see that, do you?
If you permit me, it would be my honor to paint it. Only if you're willing, of course. Everyone's journey to transcendent readiness is unique.
Perhaps you can
all like,
tell me
what the
more
hell?
about it once Harley's done talking.
With pleasure.
Did you ever meet Dr. Clark?
I did. Once. Such a brilliant mind. We didn't speak long, but I felt as though we'd conversed for hours.
Do you have an idea of where Dr. Clark might be currently?
Of course. He's with the luminous ones.
Pardon?
Of course.
The beings on the other side of the veil. The ones who dwell in the ether.
We know this already.
You're saying Clark is dead?
Not dead. Transcended. Eternal. You still have much to learn. It's good you're with us now. Everything will become clear soon. Trust me.
Trust me?
What exactly was
I'm
Dr.
scared for my
Clark's
life now.
etheric research about?
Truth.
Lovely sentiment, but could you be a bit more specific?
He sought to connect us with the world above, to unite us with the luminous ones. He succeeded in not only opening the door, but stepping through and crossing the veil. He showed that the way is possible. Now we all must learn to follow.
All right. Thanks for the chat.
How do you know he
Don't
transcended?
wander too far now.
How do you know he's not just dead?
Hey,
dead?
What's going on?
Let's shoot that
Let's go
box down.
Sure thing. Just lead the way.
Ah, Phil. There you are.
Had enough of those luminous lunatics too, did you?
Not entirely. Danny's come to help get that box down. That's it, up there.
Right. You might want to stand over on this side, Phil.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Harley. Happy to help. So, what's inside that box that's so important anyway?
Guess we all get to find out together. There's more than one way to get a box open.
Wow, he shot the lock at the same time?
Well, anything good inside?
Not really. Just a wrench and this odd dial thing.
That's what I need.
I hope it was worth the trouble, then.
That was good practice, at least. I'm heading back to Chrysalis. See you both later.
I like that I have companions. This is so fun. Alright, so we can use this thing now. Inspect. Bag. Dial. Select. Bloop. Turn.
It won't turn any further that way.
Oh, this way. Oh yeah.
Phil, you might want to
move, Phil. Phil.
Move. Are you all right?
I think so. The cage seems to have absorbed all that energy. Just warn me before you try that again.
So, this console operates equipment by setting the dials in a 4-digit sequence. That means we need to figure out the right code to get the door open.
888. I don't know. 8 is sacred number. Oh. 8.
It won't turn any further that way.
Shoot.
Not Clark's birthday. Good to know he wasn't quite so conceited.
Oh, it's not his birthday. The next I was going to try was 1788. 8888. Could this be another number? We can try 1788. Oops.
It won't turn. Not Clark's birthday.
Okay, not Clark's birthday.
A wrench.
February upon here when they after one with war. P.S. How you managed to rig a TT-180 console to control both your equipment and...
Oh, wait, let's read it again.
February 12th, 1850. Doctor, upon hearing news of the reactionary and ignorant ban, when they hounded you out after enduring such a trying year, one day when ration with warm rig. P.S. How...
Okay, so maybe it's 1847 when this happened. 6947 or 6947? You can try it. 69.
No good. I guess those dials aren't set up correctly.
What if... Oops.
No good. I guess those dials aren't set up.
Oh wait, what am I doing?
No good.
$18.47. Why did I put 17?
No good.
No. All right.
Hey, Phil.
What about?
Any ideas what the code for the door might be?
It could be anything. Are you intending to guess it?
Unless I find it written somewhere, I don't see any other way.
Santa Maria, that could take months. If what is behind that door is so important, then the code itself must be something meaningful to Clark. Maybe you can deduce it by learning more about him. I am certain those payasos at the commune will have plenty to share.
A bunch of one of the luminarians is guarding the place.
Naturally. Are you seeking a distraction?
If you have an idea, I'm all ears.
It just so happens I do. I have had a look around, and this machinery is quite unstable. With a few more items, I could finish what we started with the door and send this whole place up in smoke. That would give you time to search, no?
It would, but it seems a touch extreme. What would you need exactly?
Well, mainly fertilizer and flammable liquid for accelerant. I can construct a detonator out of scrap I found, but I will need something to serve as the plunger to set it off.
Well, I'll consider it.
Wait.
Right. Carry on.
There's two different ways then. We can cause a distraction and get in the building, but I kind of want to just figure out this code. $1847. It's not that. It's not his birthday.
October 20. I'd like to...
No, that's nothing. Wait, we gotta go back to chrysalis.
I will stay in here.
Okay, you do that. How do I get back to chrysalis, though?
Whatever turning on that generator did, I hope it's not permanent.
Hello? Oh, it's not.
All right, then.
It's not permanent. Where's chrysalis? There we go. We need something important.
Hello.
Miss Leger.
Your friend over there refuses to let me in to see Clark's artifacts.
Yes, Samuel is quite a stickler for the rules. Sometimes I think he lets his duties as the emissary's assistant get to his head.
It was good talking to you. I'll leave you both to it.
Goodbye for now.
See you later. I've got more important
I could get the fertilizer.
Full of grain.
Where's the fertilizer? Just in case.
This had better...
Can't remember where I was supposed to get him. Wait. I'm gonna try...
Here, in Chrysalis, at the evocator, and on the other side, when he first arrived here, in that twice blessed year. For never forget that 8 is the most sacred number.
Twice
Evocator
blessed
Bennett
year.
perhaps did not yet know that he was building a temple. But that is what it was, my friends. A temple, a divine calling the lumin.
I was trying to just glean like some kind of important number.
What? If you had to pick a 4-digit number sequence that was easy to remember, what would you pick?
Suppose it'd be something, a date maybe? Or
I
a
know.
memorable year? Never really thought about it.
What year though?
I'll leave you.
I can't remember.
Best not to interrupt.
Damn it.
We will, and he raised, and 2, and he...
They seem...
I cannot for the life of me
Best not-
figure out.
Could we have a...
Sure.
I cannot figure out like
What's
what...
up?
I know it's an 8 number.
I gotta...
Shoot.
Say you needed to come... What would you...
Hell, that's easy. 1817.
That didn't take...
It's the year I broke my...
Right.
It's not 18... It's not 1788. It's not his birthday, 8888. Is it the year that this place was made?
Suppose that's where the...
What year was this place made?
Not very...
Did I miss it? Dude, I might have... I can't talk to people anymore. I can't talk to her.
Hey.
What's going...
I'll leave.
There we are not women, and there we exist, our bar curled up tight. And believe me, friend, in the ether, we can't free among our souls. 2 years ago, Evocator Bennett called them here. And 8 months ago, his call was answered.
2 years ago. What year is it? It's 1850?
October 25th. I'd like to extend... How soon can you...
1848?
I've had about as much of that as I can handle.
Damn, I skipped over a lot of that because I was like just looking for a date 2 years ago. Whoops. That better be 1848. I didn't try 1850 either. He died 2 years. Wait, he didn't die on this day? Oh no, he presented this. What? Yeah. Yeah. Right? Did I try 1847? Hold on, I don't know if I tried 1847. 1847. Oh, I did. 48? Yes!
Hot damn.
Hot
Nicely
damn.
done.
Well, nothing horrible came out, shall we?
No
After
zombies. Yeah. Oh, this is creepy.
Santo cielo.
What in the ether happened in here?
I do not
Thank
know,
heavens.
but I am not going in any further.
Ooh.
Ripe and juicy tomatoes. How can they grow without any soil?
Easy. Devilry.
These mannequins are disturbingly lifelike. This one's posed like it's reaching for something.
Clark's research involved playing with life-size dolls? Que locura!
This one's just staring at his buddy. This one seems to be the happiest of the bunch.
How can you tell?
It's the only one smiling.
This one's decapitated.
This one's missing its head. I wonder how that happened.
I can die happy never finding out.
These squashes look healthy. This pumpkin is thriving, despite being sealed in here with no water or sunlight.
There is something very unnatural about all this.
This one's posed like...
Oh no, I already did that.
Some huge green bean pods. I've never seen anything like that before. Have you?
Nope, and I never want to see anything like it again.
What's this? Pick up.
This might be of interest to our friends in Chrysalis. This is easily one of the strangest things I've ever had in my possession.
Wrapped in a tomato.
Yep.
Smell.
That's fertilizer, all right.
I'm just gonna keep it in my bag. Why not?
Ripe and juicy. These squashes completely overgrown.
Probably for the best.
Wait, that looks like... Oh, is this a generator thing?
Complete.
Probably for the...
Oh, we can just give the artifact. Give that
I will
head.
stay in here.
Hey, you do that. I'll give the head to the people in Chrysalis. Alright, guy.
I've got more important...
Oh, crap. Select and give it to you.
Have a look at this.
Check this
What?
out.
Where did this come from?
Clark's lab. His test room, to be precise.
You were able to get inside?
Sure was. It was full of plants and all kinds of weird equipment. The ethericity seems to have boosted the growth of the seeds somehow. It's like a jungle in there.
I cannot condone your reckless disregard for the sanctity of the laboratory, but I also cannot deny the importance of this discovery. I must alert Emissary Paul immediately.
Ooh, yeah. Off you go. Look at him run away. Go. Alright, in we go.
I'd better be quick. No telling when that chump might come back.
Oh, crap. I gotta hurry. Oh, notes.
The things some people will keep for posterity, I'll never understand. It somewhat resembles a telegraph, but what is this box for?
I don't know. Let's go check it out.
It It's someone.
What?
It's someone.
Okay, fine. Drawer. Look at.
Only one way to
search.
Bottles of different colors. Nothing helpful.
Dang it. This thing.
More scrawled nonsense. Why would they keep this?
I don't know, these notes look
Just
important.
another one of Clark's weird toys. Full of all kinds of liquids. I'd rather not know what they are.
The music's making me feel tense.
Clark had quite the library. Let's see. Books on science, engineering, astronomy. I'm sure this is all fascinating, but it's not going to help me any. Reminds me of an overgrown boiler. No idea what that is, but it looks complicated.
I'll operate it in a bit.
Prometheus bringing fire. Nothing's hidden behind it.
Oh, damn it.
The New Britannia Gazette. The lead article is about the upcoming Lamplight City Expo. Interesting how the follow-up is nowhere to be found.
And they're like, no, we forgot about the explosion.
A bunch of scribbles documenting the effects of ethericity on plants.
Saw that
Some
evidence.
notes documenting the effects of ethericity on animals. They're signed by a Juliet Montgomery.
Juliet Montgomery.
Must be nice to actually be able to understand this stuff.
It's just gibberish.
A close. Even more books in here. Some novels, poetry books, and what's this? Looks like a diary.
Hell yeah, let's take it.
I should have known.
Damn it.
Get out of here this instant, degenerate!
No. I need to search more.
Don't you dare try any more trickery, or Emissary Paul will hear of it.
At least I found what I was looking for.
Oh, never mind. I found out what I was looking for. Should I read it in front of him? No, let's not do that. Let's go over here. And then we read it.
Final entry is bookmarked with a letter. Definitely worth a read. But first...
Oh my goodness. March 13, 1845, sorry. I'm embarking on a new project, which means a new journal. Here I will record my notes and observations from a series of experiments on the generation and application of etheric energy. I believe it can be profitably harvested from the very air and harnessed for an immense number of beneficial uses. I see the streets of Lamplight City aglow, not with the smoky flicker of flame from burning costly oil, but with bright etheric lights from the lamps that never need fuel. I see compact, efficient etheric engines replacing the bulky and limited diffusion generators that drive Her Majesty's airships. I see our nation's mills and manufactories humming, kept in motion not with the sweat of the brow or the belching fumes of coal fires, but with the clean, abundant power of ethericity. The applications are limitless, but before they can be realized, I must turn my attention to the practical problem of efficient generation, not to mention safe, reliable storage. Even if energy can be summoned from the atmosphere on demand, some intermediate storage device will be necessary to absorb the excess and release it in a controlled fashion. Absent such a mechanism to modulate the unpredictable flow of raw power, the effect would be akin to cooking one's breakfast by exploding a stick of dynamite. Tomorrow I must visit Cunningham's to order glass tubes and ampules, as he always takes weeks to deliver. I hope he also has magnetite on hand in sufficient quantity so I can start experimenting with it right away. But I will try the iron filings first. If not, down to the last spool of copper wire, must pick up more. And I must stop by the offices of the Gazette soon to circulate an advertisement for a new assistant on the weekend edition. Much to do. January 29th, 1846. Some days the work has been maddeningly slow, and some days it seems we advance by leaps and bounds. I am kept too busy to think often of writing in this journal, yet I have made notable progress. I have built the first prototype capable of harvesting ambient etheric potential and channeling it to produce energy. In this instance, heat. There is, as yet, no flow regulation mechanism, so the entire energy yield feeds directly into a copper heating element suspended within a water-filled cylinder affixed with a thermometer. The top is left open to vent the steam, which is frequently produced in abundance. In future, naturally, the entire heating coil steam tube apparatus will be replaced with another assemblage, capable of converting the ethericity into useful energy to generate light, say, or mechanical motion. The prototype does not appear capable as yet of generating heat beyond the material's tolerance. However, I have reached the limits of this particular configuration without hazarding a face full of superheated steam and shattered glass. I cannot say with confidence, even now, that a random harmonic flux in the atmosphere could not cause a sudden spike of etheric energy that would produce such a result. Now that the principle is proven, we must experiment with introducing a regulator to throttle and control the flow, for both safety and practicality. There remains the not inconsequential matter of funding. It has taken longer than anticipated to reach even this early milestone, beyond the initial outlay for equipment. I had not accounted for the necessity of covering rent on the old Turnbull Street storehouse, nor the wages of my assistant, Frank, for so long a term. I have already removed from Mrs. Gladstone's modest but comfortable lodgings to the garret over the storehouse, a move which has proved economical as regards both money and time, if rather less satisfactory in the matter of board. I fear I did not give Miss Gladstone's Sunday roast quite the credit I now realize, in want of them, was their due. Despite the savings thereby afforded, my meager reserves will soon be depleted at this rate, unless I can induce a benefactor to relieve me of these pecuniary obligations. November 6, 1846, at Frank's instigation, I have embarked on a program of fortnightly public demonstrations of our apparatus. A brief lecture on the principles of ethericity, followed by a practical display of the generator's operations, is offered to all corners of, or as many as will fit within the storehouse free of charge. I confess that, at first, I regarded this pageantry as a distraction from the work, a senseless bit of spectacle to dazzle the simple tradesfolk and laborers who occupy this district. However, Frank persuaded me that attracting an investor would require some measure of transparency as to my research, and while it is true that most who attend my presentations come seeking thrills rather than any intellectual or financial engagement, putting out these shows has allowed word to spread, and some are beginning to take notice. Last month's published proceedings of the Vespuccian Royal Society of Natural Philosophy contained a mention of rumors of research within the generation of etheric power by Mr. Clerk of Turnbull Street. I'll leave aside that they misspelled my name and omitted my title. Not everyone can pay society dues and have their credentials indelibly observed, but they know enough of my work to have it spoken out in those lofty chambers of knowledge and opportunity. That is what matters. And since they did accurately remark the address of my laboratory, perhaps one or two of those learned gentlemen might be persuaded to visit and see my work for themselves. I shall pen a letter to the Society Secretary at once. February 2nd, 1847. With the introductions and encouragement lately extended by Dr. Nethersole, second Vice President of the VRSMP, I have secured connections sufficient to gain my place in the Etheric Pavilion to be installed at the Lamplight City Global Expo this summer. Not only will I have the opportunity to demonstrate my etheric generator before a grand public audience, as a condition of my participation, Harmon and Grove, chief sponsors of the exhibit, have tasked me with consulting on the design of the pavilion, in terms of requirements as to technical equipment, layout, accommodations for visitors, tens of thousands expected, and so forth. There's so much to be done to prepare. Turning of the flow regulator remains the utmost priority. We still have some months left to resolve the superheating issue, have high hopes for the finer gauge electrum filament. It strikes me that whatever investments and explorations these firms have heretofore conducted in the sphere of ethericity, there are really very few individuals whom they might turn to, who have any measure of practical experience extending beyond the realm of pure theory. And yet I had to go begging, hat in hand, to them for the opportunity to take part in their exhibition. Absent my generator, which can produce energy at a fraction of the cost of electricity and with none of the polluting infrastructure, there would be nothing to present in their pavilion but promises and fairy stories of a future not yet in evidence, but I must not bristle at the indignities and be grateful for my good fortune. At last the world will see the power of ethericity revealed. June 6, 1847. Horrors beyond uttering. I can hardly bring myself to write them here. Frank, poor Frank. Your mother will not open the door to me, and I cannot say I fault her for that. I will send her your 3 months' wages by post, a paltry sum for a life, but all I have to offer. June 8, 1847. I have spent the past 2 days sealed in Turnbull Street, every waking moment spent checking and rechecking my prototypes and consulting my research notes, seeking any error or miscalculation. What went wrong? The flow regulator had exhibited irregularities before, but all within tolerance, nothing on the scale of that. The police will neither return nor allow me to access the remains of the exhibition model, if only I could inspect it. I might find the manufacturing flaw or defect in the material that caused the catastrophe. Or, though I shudder to turn my thoughts in their direction, perhaps some sign of sabotage. There are many who would delight to see me fail. Angry crowds dog my steps whenever I venture beyond my door, reinforcing my voluntary seclusion. At every moment, I expect the constables to arrive with irons. I have a growing suspicion that some handsome sum was discreetly paid by one of the sponsors to suppress public scandal associated with the event. If so, I am by happenstance the fortunate beneficiary of those maneuvering and owe to them my present liberty. But what use is my liberty without my work? These on stage at the pavilion, I felt myself briefly a colossus of science standing astride the world with a shining future spread out before me. Now it has all crumbled in one blinding burst of light. September 21, 1847. The inquest is complete and my name cleared. I bear no formal responsibility for the deaths at the expo, in the eyes of the city of New Britannia at least. Her people are not so gracious. The Laborites in Parliament are taking advantage of the public furor to press all the more stridently for a blanket ban on etheric research, which I am certain the Prime Minister will be all too glad to sign into law. I am aware of a dark irony in the fact that my exoneration in the matter has likely only lent strength to their arguments. For if I am not some murderous monster guilty of horrific malpractice, then Ethericity itself must be dangerously unstable and unsafe beyond the power of any man to control. Fools, if they but knew what miraculous possibilities they foreclose with their ignorance and fear. Sometimes a scientific truth emerges which the world is not yet ready to hear. Was not Galileo denounced as a heretic in his day, only to be vindicated by generations yet unborn? A pure move. Oh my god, this is long. It is clear that whatever I am to do next, I cannot do it here. I must leave the city. I will go west. Even if total prohibition becomes the law of the land, law's hold is somewhat looser in the nation's virgin fringes, far from the Grand Maison and the chambers of Parliament. The desert has traditionally offered refuge to visionaries and hermit eccentrics. I can continue my work there, away from their throngs. I have come too far and glimpsed too much to give up now. The road of progress was never a smooth one. I have tumbled upon a tremendous stumbling block and I will pick myself up and carry on. Ad Occidentum. January 16, 1848. My new laboratory, my hermitage, my sanctuary of science in the wilderness is complete. Moving out here has been an adjustment for want of the various municipal amenities upon which I was accustomed to rely. My resourcefulness has been sorely tried. For ample hydration for bodily needs, as well as for hydraulic pressure and cooling of my apparatus, I have been obliged to construct a rudimentary water tower. Even the illumination which, living in Lamplight City, I had taken for granted, I must now provide, and I have taken to dipping my own candles with spare wax and cotton thread. These labors I undertake alone, unwilling to venture so far as engaging another assistant, but solitude was the point of this relocation, was it not? I do believe the desert climate agrees with me. I have certainly found it more conducive to work without interruption at all hours, and the San Bernardino Valley vistas offer quite an inspiring change from the clogging alleys and fogging horizons of New Britannia. I am not wholly severed from my fellow man. The small settlement of Rosewater is but a short distance away should I need to call upon any civilization's necessities. While I was timid of my reception at first, I have found the people here rather more open-minded than those back east, and I have begun giving occasional lectures and demonstrations for small audiences. If these simple-hearted frontier folk can yet be won over and taught to admire and yearn for the transformation potential of ethericity, then perhaps there is hope for the rest of the nation, in time. In the desert, I am made anew. My sins are wiped clean. By scouring sands, I begin again. Is there more? There's more! May 24th, 1849. These fools, they have done it. They have sliced off their own nose and stamped upon it as it lay bleeding in the dust fight. Our Prime Minister, having won re-election in defiance of all decency and good sense, have moved swiftly to deliver on his campaign promises and signed a total and immediate ban on all practical research, experimentation, and development of etheric technology. It is a dark age we live in, and thanks to Leroy and those labyrinth technophobes, it will stay that way. It is not yet clear what the repercussions will be out here so far from the halls of power. I have no wish to tempt fate, and I have ceased all public display of the work, but will they remember the mad Dr. Clark, the erstwhile wizard of ethericity, and his self-imposed desert exile? Will they come looking for me? Like a scuttling bug, I must keep to the shadows and hope to escape notice. It is the only way forward. One day I hope to deliver the fire of ethericity to man, to lift him up from the darkness and keep him in comfort and splendor. For this deed I can but hope that my punishment will be less severe than that which Prometheus endured. My work continues! That was a lot. That was a lot to read.
February 9th, 1850.
That's only 9 months ago.
Clark, I have a business proposal. Relinquish that dusty laboratory in the middle of nowhere. Come to El Precidio. You may stay in my suite at the Jolly Good Club. My Orem Star membership and military rank afford me certain privileges. You will be furnished with the comforts owing to a man of your intellect and accomplishments.
It's signed L.
P.S. You needn't have any concern for your valuables, as there is ample secure storage in the room. One of the aforementioned perks.
Interesting. Jake will want to see this.
Wait, so he didn't die? Oh my god, what the hell is happening? What? Jake, what are you doing?
What in the ether is going on here?
Miss Larkin was kind enough to offer to paint my shadow.
In the altogether?
Well, didn't want to get my clothes dirty.
Besides, I paint the soul. The subject must bear himself and discard all excess.
You pervert.
Hey, Jake, I've got something to show you.
So, show me.
I'd prefer to speak in private.
Can't it wait? I'm a mite indisposed at the moment.
It's to do with what we've been looking for.
Ah, well, in that case, excuse me a moment, won't you, darling?
Oh my god.
All right, what do you got?
I found Clark's journal. Have a look at this letter that was inside.
An invitation to the Jolly Good Club in El Presidio?
Yep. Check the date.
9 months ago. Ah, nice sleuthing, Harley. Let's round up the others and say our goodbyes. We need to plan our next steps.
Leaving us so soon? But you've only just arrived.
We appreciate the hospitality, but it's time we moved on.
If your journey must continue, then so be it. But we cannot thank you enough for your discovery of Evocator Bennett's etheric cultivator, Miss Leger. Once we relocate and configure the equipment, our crops will surely flourish.
That's great to hear. I hope you'll all be well fed this winter.
Know that you will always find welcome in Chrysalis. Farewell, my friends.
I was hoping to join this cult.
Odd bunch of folks, but quite charming in their way.
There is a strange kind of peacefulness about this place.
That's a fine way of putting it. Anyhow, let's get to the crux of the matter. Harley turned up Clark's diary.
More importantly, I found a letter inside inviting him to the Jolly Good Club in El Presidio. It was dated 9 months ago.
That's right about the time he disappeared, isn't it?
He faked his death.
It is indeed. I'd say it's obvious that the good doctor accepted the invitation.
And took his money with him?
Well, it ain't here, or in his lab. And what's that postscript in the letter say, Harley?
You needn't have any concern for your valuables, as there is ample secure storage in the room.
Don't get much clearer than that.
Suppose we should start packing if El Presidio is our next destination.
Now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. First and foremost, we need some transportation.
You haven't got any? Don't you tour around?
Sure, but our show wagon ain't gonna fit all of us.
Plus, we'll need it to store all the show's props and equipment while we're gone. There's that lady in town with the wagon now. Heard her talking at the saloon once. Said she hires it out to travelers.
Sounds promising. Who is she?
Her name's Lola Johnson. I think she stays in the old blacksmith shop.
Lola Johnson, huh?
You know her?
Not personally, but I've heard of her.
We should head back to Rosewater, no?
Yeah, let's get a move on. Right. Harley, I'm putting you in charge of hiring us some transportation. Danny and I are going back to the theater to settle some business. Come get us once you've arranged a ride.
And just how am I meant to arrange it, financially speaking?
Well, now that may get a mite tricky. Our contract was to pay out at the end of the show's run, but seeing as we'll be breaking that contract, I'm sad to say we'll be forfeiting those proceeds. Anybody else got funds to contribute to the kitty?
Not unless this Johnson woman accepts pesos. And I've few enough of those at that.
I'm afraid I haven't got anything either.
Harley, my dear, I'm afraid we must then prevail upon you to furnish the petty cash needed to get our expedition aloft. Seeing as you're the only other one of our posse who's currently in the position of being gainfully employed. And it goes without saying, but you'll be fully reimbursed once we find what we're looking for. On top of your share. With interest.
I certainly hope so.
Wonderful. Well then, we'll be seeing you later.
Do I just go to my boss?
I think I'll pay Dr. Sedgwick a visit. It's been ages.
And I owe him proper thanks for his care.
See you in a bit, Harley.
Of course, I'm the one to go get us money. Well, I do have a boss. I wonder, could I get an advance? Let's go get our advance. So it's in here. Hold on. Let's see if I can get an advance.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Good to see you again, Harley. Hope you're spinning me some aurum.
Well, I've spent the past couple days following Jake around, gathering plenty of straw.
Glad to hear it. I like writers who go above and beyond.
Mm-hmm. Can I get some money now?
What do you need?
I need money. Can I have an advance?
Joni, I'd like to ask...
Oh, I
can
get an
advance on my article?
What for?
The long and the short of it is that Jake has invited me on an expedition. I'll need some extra crowns to cover the expenses.
What kind of an expedition?
We're going to look for Dr. Bennett Clark's missing fortune. Surely a far more interesting story, wouldn't you say?
You're right about that. Tales from the wild frontier are in vogue these days, and folk will be gumming to find out what happened to Clark. But I like people who finish what they start. Get me your assignment, then we can discuss your next one.
Understood. Have you encountered the luminarians?
What in the ether is a luminarian?
Oh, they're in the ether, all right. They're a community of folks living near Dr. Clark's old lab who have designated themselves protectors of his artifacts. They believe Dr. Clark transcended into the ether and joined some luminous beings that live there.
That's some wild stuff. But I publish newspapers, not copper novels.
It would be so interesting. It would make so much money.
Say, did you ever get a chance to meet Dr. Bennett Clark?
Not personally, but I did attend one of his demonstrations at the Opera House back before the ban. The man knew how to put on a show, I'll say that much. Pity it all came crashing down in the end.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are.
Okay, could I write my article with that?
See you later.
Take care.
Yeah. Can I write it? How long is that gonna take? I need money. Oh, write article.
All right, let's get this thing knocked out. But first... Okay, time to bring home the bacon. The big question, how to open?
Open with a positive account. Ooh, the bar brawl.
When this writer was assigned to pen a profile of a Wild West legend, she never expected to become embroiled in the action firsthand. But
Hell
no
yeah.
sooner had my private audience with Gentleman Jake concluded than a saloon brawl erupted in the barroom of the Jack of Diamonds, and Mr. Ackerman's legendary pugilistic prowess was put on full display. Now, the middle section needs to recapture the reader's interest.
Okay.
Let's see.
Write about the interview, investigating Clark's lab, the ingenious escape plan. Ooh, the escape plan is kind of interesting.
They say the true mark of a person's character is how they behave under pressure. Mr. Ackerman showed nothing but resourcefulness when he found himself taken captive on one recent occasion, the details of which he was not at liberty to disclose. But he was able to recount his escape by means of a clever ruse involving the use of common household items. A true life tale rivaling the plots of the most lurid copper novels.
Yeah, that wasn't that interesting.
And now for an ending.
Why? I have to do a puff piece on Jake, so... Oh wait, we have to praise Rosewater because we need to get like... No, let's praise Jake.
All in all, Mr. Ackerman has shown the true qualities of a great leader and hero. May his adventures persist and his tales continue to inspire and delight. All right, that should do it.
I thought it would be about
Now,
like our
what
time
should I
with
title it?
Captain whatever his name is. Well, you can leave the article untitled. Because I thought that I was going to write, when it said the escape, I thought I was going to write about like how that we were with the captain from the fort and then we ran and then the Native Americans took us prisoner and we escaped there. But no, nothing like that. Okay, continue adventures. A frontier hero comes to town.
A frontier hero comes to town. And done.
Is that good? Do I submit it to you or do I submit it to boss upstairs?
How can I be of assistance?
I'll leave you.
Appreciate.
I'll give it to boss and she'll give me money and then we'll have money. We can get transportation. We can go.
Hello again, Harley.
Is it this?
I hope this is...
Okay, select. Give it.
Here you are, Joni. One profile of Gentleman Jake, ready to print.
Let's have a look. You know, writing the headline is normally the editor's job. Now let's see. Not even in town for a day and Spitfire Harley makes her comeback. This is good. You've kept it brisk all the way through. Not bad, Harley. Not bad at all. A few snips here and there and this will be fit to print. Here's your fee, as agreed.
How much did I get? Woo! Hell yeah.
Now I know what I'm working with. I'll have a think about your next assignment.
About that. How about that piece on the search for Clark's missing fortune? That'll be better than any old profile.
Sure enough. All right then. Clark's missing fortune it is.
I've got something else.
Oh? Do tell.
While I was going around with Jake, we spent some time with the Otham. I learned that they've come under constant attack from the soldiers at Fort Bowmont.
What? Why?
That's the thing. There's no reason. They pose no threat, yet the soldiers harass them anyway. In one recent raid, all their crops were torched.
That's atrocious. People need to know about this.
I'm glad you think so, because their leader wants their story told. She's willing to be interviewed. She gave me this statement, too.
Powerful stuff. I'll pay a visit as soon as I can and see for myself. Plenty of townsfolk could stand to learn about our neighbours in the valley. This could open their eyes.
I hope so. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to see about hiring a wagon.
Godspeed, Harley.
All right, to the blacksmith we go.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself.
Bye, boss. I'm going on an adventure now. Another one. Well, no, this is like part 2 of our adventure. Bye. I forgot what your name was. Assistant guy. Blacksmith. Knock, knock.
What do you want?
You're Lola Johnson, right?
Right. Who are you and what's your business?
Name's Harley Leger. My companions and I are headed to El Precidio, and we heard you've got a wagon for hire.
I do? How many are you?
5, including myself.
My fee is 40 crowns. Up
40?
front.
Why so expensive?
Your fee seems a bit steep.
My price is my price. I don't haggle. Already been robbed once today.
Oh.
Don't intend to make a habit of it.
Oh, that was me? You were robbed? What?
Something of yours was stolen?
My pocket watch.
I see. What if I got it back?
I would be incredibly surprised. Unless there's something you know that I don't.
Let's just say I have my suspicions.
You and me both.
It was me.
I'll come back later.
Who is it that stole? Let's see here. Oh, could I report it?
Welcome back, Miss Leger.
Can I report it to you?
Hey, Sheriff.
What can I do you for?
Thanks for...
I want to ask about that. Was it? It was like that kid. The person in front of the not the saloon. The show. Where would I find... Oh, maybe it's here, the doctor's office?
Ah, Miss Leger, it's good to see you again. Nadine and Mr. Marquez were just telling me how you all were acquainted. Please do continue.
He's not here. Maybe he's in the saloon. Or maybe he's back still at the show. This dude. Hello?
You just keep turning up like a bad copper, don't you?
Nice to see you, too.
You have something that doesn't belong to you.
Could you be more specific?
Lola Johnson's watch. I want it back.
No can do. You swiped that watch for me fair and square.
It's in your best interest to give me that watch. Threaten? Do I want to persuade him or be threatening?
I think you'll find it in your best interest to give me that watch back.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
No idea. The sheriff won't take kindly to a thief.
Because the sheriff won't be too happy to know there's a thief in town.
You know, you're absolutely right. Be a shame if he found out who really broke into One Eye's place and stole that watch. Should I go over there right now and tell him?
That won't be necessary.
Thought as much.
You're on thin ice, kid. Hand over the watch or I might do something I'll regret.
No, you won't. We're in the middle of the town thoroughfare. You lay a hand on me, and everybody and his dog will see it.
I'm ready to punch him.
Let's give them a real show, then.
Wow, I really can. I thought it,
Can't
and
say
I did
I didn't warn you.
Wow, I duck you, sucker. Wow.
Here it is. I'd better get this back to Lola quick.
Can I see who else is here? Maps for sale. No, I don't want to. I just want to go into this adventure. I bet they're packing. Are they packing?
Locked.
Nope, they're locked. All right. Cool, let's get out of here before this guy wakes up.
Here, I believe this belongs to you.
I'll be damned. Where did you find it?
Jem had it.
I might have known. Little bastard.
You
One
just
good
frame
turn
him.
deserves another. I'll knock 10 crowns off my fee.
Hell yeah.
Here's your fee.
Still a lot. It's like half my money.
Good. Get your posse together and meet me outside town at sundown. We'll head out then.
Ooh, this is a big wagon. That's so cool. It's steam powered.
There you are. This your group then?
This is us.
All right, folks, listen here. I'm Lola Johnson. This is my wagon. When you're in my wagon, you follow my rules.
Yes, ma'am.
Rule 1. I'm your driver, not your friend. While we're moving, leave me be. That means no yammering in my ear about how pretty you think the mountains are. Rule 2. We stop and go as I say. I ain't interested in blowing up my engine just 'cause y'all are in a hurry. Last rule. Everybody does their part. Be it cooking, hunting, or gathering firewood.
Yes,
This
ma'am.
ain't no pleasure cruise, and I won't be serving y'all. The road can be rough, but I'm an experienced navigator and tracker, so stick with me and you'll be fine. If you've got any questions, now's the time to ask.
How long would the trip be?
Just how long do you expect this journey to take?
I reckon it shouldn't be more than 8 or 9 days, weather permitting. Anything
Okay.
else?
Should we be making the rules? Hell no.
Regarding your first rule, what if we have an emergency?
Then tell me. Just don't bother me with small talk. I need to concentrate on driving. Anything else?
You said you're a tracker? What's that mean exactly?
It means I'm good at finding things. One of you gets lost, or we're hunting our supper and need to trail an animal, I can do that.
So, like a bloodhound?
No, like a tracker. Compare me to a dog again, and you're finding yourself another ride. Understand?
Huh. Apologies. I didn't mean to offend.
Look at the
Folk
sunset,
rarely
though.
do. Anything else?
No. You've explained everything.
We understand. You'll have no trouble from us.
All right, then. Let's get a move on. Time's wasted.
We are off, with the first faint tendrils of dawn at our backs. We head west for El Precidio on the trail of the elusive Dr. Clark.
The journey begins. Set off across
We have but a few
Western
days' travel
Vespuccia.
before us, through the desert and mountains to reach the coast. I am rather looking forward to getting a better view of this part of the country. And should the scenery lack for diversion, I suppose I'll have recourse in the fellowship of my new traveling companions. Now that we've assembled in this unlikely venture, perhaps it's time we got to better know one another.
Ah, feels good to be underway at last.
Yes, though I must admit I tend to become restless on long trips.
Well, we got cards, books, and conversation. Plenty of ways to pass the time.
Okay, this seems like a whole new part of the game. We're now outside of Rosewater, yeah, and leaving Vespuccia, I think. Seems like it. We might be. I'll check the maps later. I'll check everything later. If everyone likes this and the video does really well, I'll do the next part of the game. I don't know how long this game is going to be, how much left there's going to be. I know the game is about 15 hours, so we'll see how many parts I'll do it. I'll make longer episodes, and and I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Anyways, I really love this Wild West adventure. It's really fun. I have companions. I wasn't expecting that, so it's really, really nice. Like, I heard we had companions, but they really do feel like they're at my side. They tell me hints about different puzzles. They're not just there to like talk and carry the story forward. We have like, you know, some relationship going here. They have like use for not only me, but for themselves. So we'll talk to them more next time. Anyways, I can't wait for the next one, actually. Like, I do want to play more of it, so I hope this does well, and I hope you guys like it, because if you guys like it, then I'll make more. So until the next one, guys, take care.